change all it.
I have my
What's his-
my 3DS on.
Apparently, Bandai Namco is changing its logo, and it's ugly.
Yeah? Yeah, show us.
Yeah. Did you know how it's like orange, yellow, and red? You know, it stood out. Yeah, that's not what it is anymore. This is what it is now. Like it's from a text messaging service.
What?
What? What is that?
Not to mention, did you know there's actually a Vocaloid that Bandai Namco made? And she
one?
has the colors of their old logo.
Which
So
one?
imagine. Mirai. Mirai Komachi, I think her name is.
I don't remember what she looks like.
I'll get a picture. But she's based on the old logo. So they're probably gonna abandon her.
No.
Alright. This is Mirai. That's her.
Oh.
That's cute. Like the text messenger logo.
Yeah, it
The
looks.
messaging service logo.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's so generic.
Not to mention on her wiki page it says she was originally developed to showcase and demo Bandai Namco Studios' game development technology. She was supposed to be their presenter. That's not gonna work anymore.
Yeah. Quite insane. Oh, AI.
It's
Freya.
what the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah. I think
You guys are making a whole bunch of different sounds. I'm like, what the fuck
it's
are you talking
IA,
about?
right? IA.
Yeah. It's I.
The one
Or
that
it's,
did,
yeah, it's not IA. It's Ia. Like Ia. Aria. That's why her name is. Because I remember someone making a meme. They were like, where they did some sort of talkloid thing where all the players pronounced her name wrong. So.
Vita game. Like our song. Conqueror? Did she do that?
Yeah. They made that.
Yeah.
She didn't do that. The producer did
I mean,
that.
did she perform it?
Yeah, they made that song for Ia.
I like the live show, that one. With the back dancers.
I don't know anything about Vocalite. I'm sorry. I don't know anything. I'm ignorant. Sorry.
Mama, you're a bit low on my end.
Lower?
Your voice is
Is it better now?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I was a bit distant. I was far away from the mic. Okay. Sorry.
Mirai is
The
already
noises.
3 years old. It really does. I remember when she first came out. God,
I
can't
remember when
believe it's
Miku
been
came
3
out.
years. You know what sucks? My birthday is Miku Day.
Everybody's celebrating Miku, but not me.
Exactly. Miku, you have your own birthday. Keep that.
Right.
During stream. Hey there, guys! It's
Yeah.
showtime. It's showtime. We were ranting about the 3DS and everything, and the Switch.
I usually get physical copies. That's why I can't do this.
Yeah, I got that.
Physical, so they once you take out the cartridge, it no longer shows up on the.
Except for the Switch now.
Yeah, if you have the download, you can organize the game icons around.
Oh my god, the brain.
Wait, it's been 2 months.
Gambare.
Oh damn! Thank you for the sub, Orion.
Woo!
2 months
Yeah.
already. Yes, it's been a while since I became affiliate. I think.
Wait, let me.
Oh god.
Oh
Let
god.
me think, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
just, like,
time
look
time
at, like,
flies.
I'm-
Time flies.
Wow.
Time really flies. I mean, nothing is faster as time. Especially when you have fun, it
Yeah,
goes fast.
I've been having a lot of fun these past like few months.
Oh, dude,
I've
since I've started,
and it's gone by so fast.
since I've started
Aw.
VTubing, my life has been so much brighter because I met I met so many amazing people like you guys,
Honestly,
my mod, everyone in the Discord channel of Ryan's Boba Weebs. Oh, I also need. Did we turn off? Oh, yeah, okay. My quick actions on my OES still said that we had a sub only and emote only on.
Oh yeah.
But I needed to refresh that because Ryan turned that off. My mod is on top of everything.
that's what a mod is for.
Yeah, he's great. But yeah, I've been having so much fun. Praising, yes, I know. But you are awesome as well, Media. I mean, you've been growing so fast as well. I mean, look at how many subs you got in the past few days. You almost have like 35-ish, right? You almost had one extra emote slot again. You have almost one more emote slot than I have. I love it. You deserve it.
It's actually been 2 months since I reached affiliate too.
Yeah, we were
I didn't notice what
pretty
time-
close to
I
each
think it was
other.
around the same time, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I reached it on the 27th of July, I think.
I need to I need to dig back into my emails
the
for that.
The only way I know what time it just because I made a post about it on Twitter. So
Yeah,
it's like-
well, I made a post about it as well, but I need to look it up then. That's gonna be a hard search. But yeah, today we're gonna play some Ace Attorney again. Unfortunately, Raphael can't make it because of a storm at her place, and her internet is bad
Yeah, it's
for storms.
yeah.
Her internet suffers from storms. So our lovely Mikotoba or Susano will be voiced by Momo this time, I suppose,
Yay.
because she had like the least amount of voice roles in this whole series, I think.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Judge.
Yeah, well, the judge is a reoccurring character, but only in trials, right?
Yeah, we didn't have a trial last time.
Yeah, which is a freaking first for Ace Attorney series, for the Ace Attorney series, and an entire chapter dedicated on investigation only.
Wow.
But what an investigation it was!
Groundbreaking.
It was a sad investigation.
Wow. We don't talk about that
Oh well, yeah, I suppose
soon.
it's still too soon. It's really still too soon, isn't it?
We're not ready.
No.
Well,
Never.
Naruhodo took his soul with him, no, to with his soul I mean his sword.
Yeah. I wonder if it'll be like Mia from the first game, where she just kind of shows
yeah,
up every now and then
she-
as a ghost.
That would be.
And she also died in the very first case.
Hmm.
Or like the second one technically, because the first one.
Yeah,
was
the
a
second
tutorial.
one. That's why I was like, is this gonna be like Mia? Like, that was my first fear. And then it got
No.
realized, and I'm so sad.
We should have
Yeah.
known.
Anyways,
Okay, I appreciated him greatly.
oh yeah, volume up, please. Their volume up. Okay, there. Okay. I will turn up the volume. Let me check if it's Discord actually, because my volume mixer sometimes messes up as well. Let's turn that up. Are you guys suddenly silent or? Okay, one moment, please. I need to reconnect probably.
Hello.
Oh,
Raphael!
Sorry
Raphael.
for being so late. It's such
oh,
a...
we were almost about to begin. Whew.
Damn it. I'm
You
sorry,
made
my
it.
time to your time is gone.
What are you getting upset about? You still made it.
You made it!
Hmm,
We didn't even start yet. You're good.
we didn't. Actually, I didn't really start either because I didn't really introduce everyone.
Oh,
We started just chatting with chat and everything.
I was lucky.
Yeah. So, let me formally introduce everyone before we start with the game. We have the lovely. Wait, one second. We have the lovely Momo.
Hello. I'm your favorite Momo here. Nice to meet you again, I guess.
Yep. And then we have Kudulu.
Hello, hello. That's it.
Yeah, that was good enough. I mean, it's just a greeting, right? Then we have
Yeah.
Raphael.
Hello. Sorry for being late.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, like a storm and everything. Your internet was bad, so I mean, I understand that you.
No, it
We were already kind of like recast like having your understudy just go take Susato.
I'm sad. Go away, Raphael.
I'm no sorry.
Why?
No more roles for Momo.
Now, Momo will get rolls, I assure you guys. Then we have the last one, but not least. We have Kuriri.
Hello, I'm drinking tea.
Nice. I still have some leftover soda, and after that, I probably need to grab my water from from my fridge. Yeah, and I am your ringmaster and magician for the show, Hida Fire Charmer. So let's head over to the gaming screen. There we go. And then we're gonna continue the story. Did I stream? Oh wait, I disconnected from Discord real quick because I had no audio for some reason. So let me restream the game for you guys for minimal latency. Oh, thanks you for the hydrate, Lingard.
Oh, this Lingard. The Lord. Hello, Lingard.
And now,
Thank
and
you
and
for
thanks
coming.
thanks for the lurk as well. Now I actually need to get raw water because otherwise I wouldn't be able to complete the redeem. The people do that.
Get water.
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 My last few bottles, because I forgot to get more from the grocery store.
No.
しょうがないね.
From the toilet.
Yeah, I can just get tap water as well.
Hold on, what?
I always drink tap water, but
Yeah, same
yeah,
here.
tap
I don't.
water is good.
You know,
I've
it's kind of a bad habit, but I get like a giant water bottle like from a convenience store, drink all of it, and then just fill it with tap water when it's out.
I've had my water bottle for a year.
I
Oh
used
my god.
I used to drink my just tap water from my Final Fantasy 14 water bottle that I got from a festival like a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
I had like a huge water bowl and it was a good one as well.
I
Yeah.
have,
I
just
have
a shitty
water
one.
bottle.
Just a plastic water bottle.
Let's start the episode. Episode 3. The Adventure of the
Wait,
Runaway Room.
Is
Ooh.
cool here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So maybe. Oh wait, it was Kuru that. Okay, I think everybody's here. Okay. No problem.
Everyone is here.
Oh, good. I was a bit late, but I'm here.
A murder in a carriage, huh?
被害者と容疑者の両名のみ複数の人間がその事件を目撃した。一体誰が想像しただろうか。この単純極まりない事件があのような恐ろしい
I love the handwriting here.
ことになろうとは。
Yeah.
In Japan, in the Japanese version, it's also just English written.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering about that.
The only thing that I changed in the localization is the Holmes and Watsons.
Yeah.
Wait, so in Japan it was Sherlock Holmes and
Yep.
that sort of
Yeah.
thing?
In the localization, they changed that.
Oh,
Wow.
that's why you've been saying animation.
Whoa.
Oh,
so
they're
cute.
so cute. Oh, he's so tall compared to her.
Compared to
駅にせよ違う
Zato, yeah.
That
こ
one.
れほどの建造物は見たことがございませんね
I thought it would be shorter. Like a pole.
あんなにたくさん何なんだこの国は
Yeah, I love the freaking animation for this game.
His cloak looks on point.
Hmm.
なんだか夢みたいです
これが大英帝国のデータ
It certainly is.
あんたたち
はい
乗りなよ。どこへだって連れて行ってやるぜ。
Except, you know, everyone speaks Japanese in this.
No, and in all actuality, this is just English. But yeah, I put the Japanese voice acting on, so yeah.
あんたたち最近流行りの
I wish it was kind of like I think it's called like Blood, the Last Vampire or something like that, where they did it like a bilingual
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
like animation of it.
But
Yeah.
to be honest, you can't expect for
Oh,
for
no,
a
I'm just
Japanese
saying, like,
game to be
it was
bilingual,
cool.
I suppose.
It was just cool. That's all.
Oh yeah, I get that.
You are really bad at English.
Yes, maybe in Japanese if you want. You wanna scream in Japanese?
No.
Keko desu.
British Supreme Court Lord Chief Justice's office. So we're in the big shot, in presence
Oh,
of the big
the-
shots now.
The big what are they called again?
Hmm?
The things in the back.
The gears.
The gears.
The
Uh,
gears!
Yeah,
It's
this
the symbol.
It's Rafael.
this
It's
this
me.
this office is based. I think it was based in the Big Ben.
Oh, I love that.
Oh.
What an incredible
That's a
place!
safety hazard.
Well, it's time for voice acting now.
It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating.
This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress.
There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course. But they've only been built in a few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? A far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from.
It's certainly unfamiliar. But I think there is more to the differences than just the construction materials. What is this place again?
This is the Lord Chief Justice Office, Naruhodo-san. In the Supreme Court of the Great Britain.
The Lord Chief Justice.
Great instructions to report here at this time if circumstances were different. We were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan.
Hmm.
No?
But Cosma can't.
Oh. No. No, instead, we are here in a different capacity. As envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death.
Yes.
And having delivered ease of our message, an envoy's duty is done.
So, we'd have to return to Japan.
No. We want to remain here in Great Britain.
I have to take Kazuma's place as as the law student selected for the study tour.
Yes, which means you need the requisite qualification as a lawyer.
Which is what I've been studying for.
Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So that's the second reason why we're here. To have you officially recognized as a lawyer. The only way we'll be able to remain here in London.
I hope I'm up to scratch. This is an older mill. Momo, you voice him. Kuts gets too many male voices.
So it's an old man, right?
An older man, like a.
Okay. Good morning. Sorry for keeping you.
Kind of good voice for him.
Oh,
Whoa.
okay then.
Daddy?
Oh,
I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan.
Damn, he fancy.
It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologize.
That late?
Apologies.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh,
Sorry.
no. Don't mention it. We'd never been happier than when we were standing around with nothing much to do.
How fortunate.
He kind of looks like a Kingdom Hearts character.
A little bit, yeah.
Say it in Nort!
He's got a heart. You're missing.
man.
He's missing a lot of the zippers and giant boots, though.
Oh yeah, true. And all the
That's only
belts.
thing is missing.
Belts for
All the-
days.
I know I don't have a belt on my design, but at least that belt has a fucking use.
So, introductions. I am male.
Strong heart.
Yeah, male strong heart.
Okay.
Instead,
Male strong
Male.
as a pun for Maelstrom. Maelstrom.
Oh, male strong. Okay, that's
Okay.
pretty cool. I like that.
Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire.
It's what's affecting Raphael right now.
Pretty much. I feel like a mouse under an elephant's foot.
Come on, Mr. Naruhodo. Don't be a mouse.
Oh,
You-
it's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief of Justice Strongheart. My name's Ryosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire.
Yeah, I'm Blurge flew up as per Q.
Inside the tower.
I feel
okay.
like it makes me think if he's gonna do this often, are birds gonna fly every single time? Because that would be funny.
Oh, that's okay, Ryan. Just do your own thing. I can kinda handle it from here, probably. Okay. Yes. Thank you. So, let's, London.
So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London?
Oh, help. I've been so nervous ever since I've got here. I can't remember a single thing about the city.
It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, that is Strongheart.
Oh,
Get a wonderful view of some of London's streets from the carriage on the way here, from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say, I'm almost lost of words.
I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded.
Yes, astounded is the word.
Thanks for saving me there, Susato-san.
And everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor.
Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming great exhibition we will be hosting here in London.
There will also be
Great
a great murder.
exhibition?
Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history and will make Paris World Fair look like a toy shop.
Wow.
Damn.
How about, like, trying to one-up other countries, huh?
I mean, that's just what London is.
Yeah,
That's what
true.
they've always done.
Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be.
great captains. No, great
Yep,
Britons.
every single.
Momo is so
Sorry to
distracted.
interrupt. Every single time he does it, birds come, and that makes me so happy that I was right. Sorry, continue. I'm sorry.
Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent, underneath the center of the modern world.
Even if you say that, yeah, even if you do say so yourself.
The sun will never set on our great empire. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun.
I was about to make that connection too with it.
Lord Chief Justice, I think you were expecting a student of the law for this study tour, weren't you?
Absolutely. Mr. Kazuma Sogi, if my memory serves.
That's right.
The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost connection. Is there? Okay, his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores.
That's amazing. The news reached him before he even arrived.
My country naturally extends its deepest condolence to yours.
Oh, thank you.
And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news. I'm sorry, sometimes it lags because internet is being stupid right now.
Oh, okay. That's okay. You can also wait till the full line is up, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah, I guess I can.
I think the same goes for
It's
Arthur.
me.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, it wasn't that cheerful. It was about Kazuma and yeah. Whatever. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report said news in person.
They tell me you Japanese are a people of protocol and courtesy, and I see that it's true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means this study tour arrangement can no longer proceed.
If you would just hear out, Lord Strongheart.
What do you have to say, madam?
Hey, Mitsu
About the
Sensei.
city tour.
Sorry, I just said hey, Mitsushi. Mitsushi. Yep,
Mitsushi,
Mitsushi.
hello.
Hi,
It's
hi.
Mitsushi to her. Hello. Thank you for coming.
Okay. Sorry if we're not able to interact with chat that much. It's kind of like the thing with this collaboration to make it like go smoothly or fast.
We're too many people.
Too many opinions sometimes. Ha ha ha. Not really. Anyway.
Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal. Proposal? Yes.
Oldie now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo.
This is it then. The moment of truth. Continuing the study tour. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart. I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead.
Don't misunderstand me. Britain would eagerly like to see the tour go ahead. But without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done.
Well, in that case, What if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean.
Mm. Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country. And that was Mr. Asogi. At least this is what I've been led to understand.
Well, the thing is, this really isn't going well at all. I just can't seem to find the right words to say that's to this man.
Mr. Naruhodo, you can do it.
I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I going to say? There's something else here from Japan. Who could be described as a lawyer? It's Mr. Zato.
There's no one.
Mr. Zato.
No one.
Nah, the game wants us to say this, I suppose.
It's me.
It's me. I can do it.
It's me.
Is that so?
I mean, I don't actually have qualifications as such, but
No qualifications, you say? And yet you still claim to be a lawyer.
I have acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Kazuma to help me. And I was the accused. But glossing over the details. I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain studying. I've learned all about the British law and court proceedings while I was on board of the SS Bria.
The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education.
Oh, sorry, you work with what you got.
Yeah, pretty much.
To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain. Not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training.
I realize it's a far too short of a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Kazuma, Mr. Asogi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on the study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know I must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, of yourself. Yeah. But I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set on me. Just one chance, that's all I'm asking. Please.
31 seconds.
Sorry?
Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruhodo, it was 31 seconds long.
I read it like a little longer, but okay.
Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in good stead as a lawyer.
Oh, thanks.
So, you're willing to put those words to trial how you... Well, I am all for entertainment.
Huh?
But let me ask you one thing first, sir.
Yes.
You say you intend to do everything Mr. Asogi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path?
Well, yes, that's my intention.
I see.
Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden?
Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer, whether you pass or fail, is entirely down to you.
Really? So, what form of test will this test take? What form will the test take exactly? Okay, sorry for stuttering there.
Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be?
Well, defending people, of course.
Well said. So let's have you defend someone.
Huh?
Your timing is perfect, in fact. There's a NAF trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defense as yet, so this will be welcome news.
Today?
I love how the people they call in is like they're like, oh, we needed one of you because no one else wanted to do this. So
I don't know.
it's like I feel like they would have done that to Cosmo as well.
Yeah, probably.
For Kazuma.
This is your line,
Wait, have
Susato.
we?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
no.
good.
If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you'll have passed my test. What could be simpler?
How do I get myself into these situations?
Because you are the protagonist of a game.
Pretty much.
Well, could I ask what sort of thrill is it, Lord Strongheart?
Yes, good question. Ah, I remember.
He didn't remember.
Well, he's the Lord of Justice, I mean.
It's always a fucking murder trial.
Always.
Oh,
Yeah.
Always.
Why is it never?
Yeah, pretty much.
A murder?
An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose.
That's easy to say.
But I should mention, just in case. If the defendant is found guilty, it will of course be sentenced to capital punishment.
Capital punishment? We put to death?
Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably, you read that much in your short C-based introduction to British law?
We can't possibly agree to such a test. We will be toying with a man's life.
I am the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided that it's acceptable.
But you can't do that, can you?
There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose.
So the defendant may live or die depending on how well I perform in court. If I lose, he'll be hanged. Now I have to laugh all because it's pointed it out. Oh.
Mr. Naruhodo, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asogi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen.
He's testing my resolve.
What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What's it to be?
Well, what do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? I won't. Game over. Guys, we're done.
I won't do it. No, never.
Alright then. I have to give you a decision now. Oh, wow. What? let me see. I have to give my answer is I can't do it. I can't get the words out.
"15 seconds. Your decision making needs work if you want to be a lawyer that was too slow. So it's as I suspected, is it?
Sorry?
You have noble intention, but lack the resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by.
Oh no.
Go and acquire ticket for passage back to the His tomorrow. This conversation is over.
Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance.
Mr. Naruhodo.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Sato. What could I do?
It's alright. I understand.
You do?
It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. But resolve had absolutely nothing to do with it.
What are you trying to say, madam?
I think what Miss Susato means is that no matter how badly I think I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating his one and only treating his one and only chance at trial so trivially will be utterly unforgivable. I feel feel exactly the same way.
Just slow down a little, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Give yourself some time. You got it.
I know. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his clients in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, particular day they stand on the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do the job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice.
Wait, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, was there something else?
It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time.
But I just said that.
I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him.
What?
At this point, can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. It's lagging. Okay.
It's okay.
If we receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down.
But that's awful.
But that is the truth.
Why
Oh,
does
sorry.
it have to be like this?
Yeah, yeah, okay. You actually read the line as fast as I pressed it away.
I was just,
I'm
what
sorry.
is happening?
I accidentally pressed the button. Hey there,
I
Apple
read it
Toast.
like, what the fuck?
Please don't accept an answer to every question. The cold hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from a very miserable hand. And that is you. And it's
Very
lagging.
convenient.
Okay.
I'm really his last hope.
So, what do you say now, madam?
Me? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? Because I am the boss, actually.
You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, and I agree. What if he die anyway?
He will die anyway if you don't defend him.
But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of result.
Oh,
Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds.
He really is a man of time.
he's my child.
So, venture into our
Yeah.
great city and enjoy yourself.
He's gone.
The Old Bailey.
If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once. What once?
Yep. So the Old Bailey we go.
Oh,
Already on trial.
he's the same, just with different outfits.
Right.
Well, not really. They have a skill on the freaking tabletop
that's
and
true, but-
everything. It's,
Yeah,
Like,
oh,
the
it's
position on the
just,
door.
they got a scale.
uh, Nah,
Whoa.
the scenery is somewhat different from the Japanese one. I mean, yeah, sure, the Stefan's lobby looks somewhat similar. From all the games. Different coat of paint, but I mean...
Yeah. Thank goodness, we're in time. There's still 50 minutes until the trial begins.
I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were going to rattle loose. Well, okay.
Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? It has to her destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea I need for you. Sure. Oh, that's why. It's one of my favorite lines from Sherlock Holmes stories, and worked quite perfectly.
I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die, and we had to pay gold for the privilege.
Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started.
Yes, I suppose that there's that.
Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here. But there was no sign on him at all. So curious. Who will be the defendant?
Hmm. So this is the Old Bailey. Even the room for defendants to wait in. Yeah.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruto?
I'm feeling tense. That's all. This place will give me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan.
Yeah, because it's the same room, just colored different.
An oppressive air almost as the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. Feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed.
Yes. Wherever the man your man is, where to defend is, I imagine is feeling very alone at this moment. I am curious.
Okay.
Okay. You need a new
Uh,
voice.
We got an Irish accent here.
Kururu.
Okay.
Mainly because the biggest role for this trial will probably be the prosecutor, which I want to give Coots.
Oh.
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh.
The
That
prosecutor,
guy?
the
Please,
prosecutor is gonna be awesome.
please, please.
Oh.
I want to be
Okay.
like
Top
that.
of the
Okay,
morning
this is
to you, madam.
this is like a
Yeah.
yeah, this is a shorter person, top hat and everything. So
Oh my gosh.
Oh. What are you doing? Follow me here. Things are fair desperate, are they? I'm trying my best.
that's okay. Well, Zedeus, indeed. Sorry?
Would you look at those expressionless faces from the Easter use?
We're from Japan, yes.
Ah, Japan is it? Right. Say no more. So, how much do you need?
Indeed, Zedeus, there are the princesses. No, we're not here because...
No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so I have. No place to go, nothing to eat, barely a penny to your name, and all by in a strange, faraway land.
Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no.
It's grand, it's grand. Let me start by giving you 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now. That sounded very London. Oops.
1,000 guineas?
Please, Mr. Sato, you don't have to shout.
Wait, can you review what was said real quick? Oh wait, guineas. Okay.
Guineas.
Yeah,
It's
Oh,
guineas.
guineas, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, wait a minute, that sounds familiar. I'm like,
Guineas
oh.
is like the old currency for
Oh, I
for
thought it
London,
was
right?
strange because guineas like the pig. And I was like, what?
English is very odd. There's a lot of letters that really don't need to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so confusing sometimes. Like, why there are all these letters? Like Japanese and Italian, you just read the letters that are there. And no.
In English, there are a lot of silent letters.
We don't speak about French.
True.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
French is a must do. But at least French is like this letter with this letter, it's written like this.
Mm.
But English is like always different sometimes, and you're like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Always a surprise.
Did you already
Also
read this
forgot
one?
I forgot how to read this.
Guineas?
Guineas. Guinea.
Guineas? Okay.
Like a guinea pig.
But 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most precious area of Tokyo.
What?
It's nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I have enough wealth to buy the city of London 2 or 3 times over.
Could that much rain even fall in one day? Well,
He's a
even
leprechaun.
Hmm?
He's a leprechaun.
yeah, pretty much.
Rainbow?
Even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money.
Oh.
Yeah, he hit me in the eye.
Don't get me wrong, fella. I don't give it to you, no strings attached. I'll be wanting you to do something for me.
Oh,
To be honest, it's a little embarrassing. The trial that's about to begin, you see, is for me good self here. I'll be in the dock.
Oh, this one is the.
Is the accused. So
mhm.
now what I want you to do is come along with me. Stand there beside me.
He's so desperate that he just saw two people and he was like, "Defend me, please." And he's lucky because we're
Right,
lawyers.
we're lawyers. Officially, you be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now.
Oh, well, the thing is...
Don't worry about a thing. All you have to do is stand up there next to me, nothing more.
Still you, Kuru.
It's still
sorry, it was
you.
lagging.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's okay.
Otherwise, you
What
see,
happens?
the trial is going to start without me having any kind of representation at all.
So it is...
Oh,
so
he's
it
the
was true.
defendant.
The Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up.
I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you are the defendant in this trial?
Blustering blazes, do you not know who I am? Me? One of London's biggest names?
No, sorry. We only just arrived in the city, you see.
I see. I suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park there in the center of London is another beautiful park.
Sorry? A park? What?
It's called Melgidder Park. Full of blossoming flowers in the spring and singing birds and whatnot.
It's, yeah, it's McGilded.
Mac-
Like,
McGilded.
McGilded. McGilded.
McGilded.
McGilded.
Here.
It's harder with
McGilded.
an
Yeah.
it's harder with an Irish accent.
Mm-hmm.
McGilded.
Fake Irish accent.
I can't even make an Irish accent in the slightest. So you know what?
You're doing great.
Props to you.
Guy.
I used to watch Jacksepticeye a lot.
I do too.
Talk
It's
about
a
it.
talent.
Hmm.
I needed
To be
to see this, so I did.
An entire park in central London?
A city of smiles. That's my vision for London. It's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city. And it's square old people.
That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary.
Ah, what? Now the gal to say I'm a good for nothing criminal. Me, Magnus McGilded. What is the matter with the London police, I ask you? Ah.
Alright, don't pass out.
Mr. Naruhodo. Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath.
Good idea. Mr. McGill, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, you'd be happy if, and you'd be happy to put it. Okay.
Oh, was after saying, you daft idiot? I'm giving you 1,000 guineas to stand up there to me, haven't I?
Well, yes, but I wasn't really offering just to just stand up next to you.
Okay.
Oh, I think I see what's going on here.
Sorry?
I know what you're thinking. This chancellor of a fella claims to have more money than the queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyer in all of England?
I mean, that's also true.
Hmm?
I was wondering that. He's
Because
rich,
he did
but-
it. That's the only explanation. Well,
Well,
To be fair,
exactly.
even for like, there's a lot of people that are like, it's known that they fucking killed someone, but they were
Mhm.
still able to get a lawyer. So that's not. They were still
Oh.
able to use their money to buy a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, but the problem here is why doesn't he have a lawyer?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Why won't?
Yes,
anyone defend
exactly.
him?
What now?
Well, like you said, if you have all the money but you don't have anyone to represent you in court, there's no other logical conclusion that, that you're guilty of of the charges.
Oh.
Wow, I
Did you
chose the
say-
wrong option.
Well, call a spade in the east, so you do.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean any offense. Still, I can't.
just call it a murder.
I still can't express myself well in English, you see. And I'm never sure what's acceptable to say and what isn't, so...
That's so. Because you sounded fluent enough when you were telling me what a blackguard I must be.
I'm
Wait, so
terribly
did
sorry.
Did you accidentally click the wrong one?
I don't know.
If you press the
Probably.
E, it's
Maybe I
different.
didn't understand the context, so I just pressed he did.
Well, I don't think there's multiple endings to this game, so you're fine.
Yeah.
No, there isn't. I can't say that I blame you for thinking it, fella.
It's a little strange, to be honest. Why don't you have a lawyer, I mean?
That would be the fault of the lag.
The
of the
Reaper.
Reaper.
Is someone killing every single person he buys as a lawyer?
Sorry? Did he just say
Jack the
Reaper?
Jack the Reaper? Aye, the Grim Reaper of the Bailey. Lord
Oh.
Baroque Van Zix.
Never mind.
Ah, he's the persecutor.
Yeah,
like-
now I know. It's like Von Karma. How no one can
Ah,
beat him, so they're all like, well, I don't even want to try, sort of thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Legit thought I was like, is someone really killing everyone?
We'll
that
well,
would have been a big twist.
we'll see what his
Right?
story is, right? I mean, it seems like he's gonna tell us, right?
Yeah.
The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper?
When Van Zix stands for the persecution, they call the accused the sacrificial lambs.
Huh?
And to this day, in every single trial in which has been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned.
What?
Is Von Karma.
So it's reached a desperate situation. I lost my accent. But there's no one willing to stand in defense against the fella at all.
That's my accent, she says, even though I've done that every single sentence.
Your accent
Yeah.
is perfect, okay?
It's not consistent, but it's
Well,
there.
Well,
It's
doesn't
there.
need to be consistent. It's still an accent.
Like, we're not
That's
professional.
what I'm saying, like,
We were
yeah,
not
like, don't beat
necessarily
yourself up about
professional
it, is what I was
professional
trying to
voice
say.
actors. We're
Don't
just
beat
doing this for
yourself
fun
up
as
about
well.
it. Ah,
Do you
nice.
now want to study voice acting for the future?
Hmm.
Like, doing as a job, maybe?
If
You
I
know.
if I didn't stumble upon my words,
Yeah, that's also
I would
cool.
also
And it's
just
strange.
consider voicing stuff, but
I never considered it.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
That's why you're so amazing.
You could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey.
Goodness, Lord Baruch Van Zix. That name is impronounceable.
Blah, blah, blah,
Guys.
blah, blah.
Zeeks.
Just
Bums
just
Zeeks.
gonna do a shout out for you guys though. In a while.
There's us.
Must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then. My English is so difficult.
Actually, I think it really fits well that you're sometimes having difficulty because she's also like Japanese.
how
Yeah,
she would-
you're both
yeah.
foreigners. Yeah, talking
Yeah,
The,
English.
the way you talk like Susano looks like I can imagine her saying it like that one, like that.
Yeah, it actually like fits.
It's with a little bit of an accent and everything. So yeah,
Oh,
I like
Talent
it.
isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's cursed.
oh no.
Cursed? What on earth?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
The defendant is summoned, and his counsel. Please make your way into the courtroom. The trial is about to begin. His counsel? That would be me.
Oh, this time. Well, fella, don't let me down.
I know
But-
you're a new lawyer and you've never really done this before, but how about you go up against the greatest?
I don't know. Yeah, indeed. I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened.
See, you showed your
I don't
face here.
care about this. It's okay. You can go.
I made up my mind. Like, so I
Sorry?
decided I had to defend myself in there.
How would that have worked? Well, you did it yourself, Yuri. Naruhodo.
Right, you did.
Yeah,
you
that's
did.
true.
But then you made an appearance. A student of law, wouldn't you know? It's no accident. I can assure you that. Tis fate. Don't get cold feet now, please.
I mean, yes, but tell us about the
Yeah.
murder.
I literally know nothing about this case, or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I know is that I can't just turn my back on him.
Mr. Naruhodo.
The man has no one. He'll stand alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing but to defend himself. Yes, something that Kazuma would never have allowed to happen. Counsel, for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you'll lose your right to stand.
You'll only be able to sit.
Oh wow.
Sorry.
Or lay on your stomach, right, kids?
Gosh, look, man, it's comfy.
Yes,
Totally
oh
not
my
freaking out
queen.
because I'm doing it as we speak.
Yo? Yo?
I know.
I
You-
don't use a desk. I lay on my bed when I stream.
On your stomach?
I have a laptop.
But
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Kudaloo literally has a redeem to get off her stomach, his stomach.
Oh, wow.
Well, I just need to go to his streams just to make him do that.
Just leave it.
Right.
Oh my god.
I'll be right there.
But I mean, it's not hard like the laptop.
Probably. I don't know. I
Yeah,
always live my li-
a laptop,
I always live
a,
on
la-
hard modes.
a laptop, a laptop on bed probably is not really that great for the air circulation of it. Yeah.
Let's all get together
Actually,
and get a little vent stand for you.
Uh,
laptop.
no, well, the thing is, my laptops have never had that issue.
Hmm.
Oh, so lucky.
It's actually a gaming laptop.
Oh,
meant
that's
to,
why.
and it has different settings for different levels of speed and performance
Yeah,
to
yeah,
adjust it if you don't want it to be as hot or
Hmm.
you need things to stop
Oh.
lagging as much, stuff like that. So
Hmm.
it's not as bad hardware wise. It's just bad for my back.
Ah,
Oh.
no.
Because sometimes I do that, but it's very it's terrible for my back, but also for my legs because it's so hot, and I'm like, hot, hot, hot.
Yeah.
I'm burning.
Yeah.
The main reason I can't do it at a desk is because I do not have a chair that can support me
Oh.
for the 7 hours I tend to stream.
Oh, yeah, I
Right.
know the feeling. Yeah, that's
'Cause they're
terrible.
always long.
Okay.
Yeah,
My
I
butt
hate my
hurts.
chairs. I want a new chair, like a gaming chair.
I wanna.
So if every
Yep.
now and then, just if you hear me bump my mic, it's just me adjusting my position.
It's happening then. My first trial in in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this.
What a mood.
Mr. Naruhodo, you're the protagonist. If you
Kazuma shows
don't
up
do
as a
this,
ghost.
we
So, as you see
Yo.
this...
guys, maybe it will
Oh
be
my
ghost.
god. Oh my
Listen.
god.
I mean, we had ghosts in the normal Ace Attorney. Maybe.
Or more psychics.
Why is there fire? That's dangerous. That's also really terribly green.
Oh, by the
screen
way,
fire,
see all the
but-
judges there? We have all those to voice later.
Oh my
Oh, there's
goodness.
different
Ooh,
judges.
that sounds fun. That
So
sounds
this is the
fun.
High Court in Great Britain, the Old Bailey. The centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? It's so different from the Supreme Court in Japan.
If you hear strange, oh sorry, I just got distracted because my cat just jumped on me
Oh, okay, that's okay.
Mhm.
because she was trying to catch a mosquito. So I was like, "What are you doing?
Oh, okay.
Aw.
She's so cute. Please kill the mosquito for me, please,
Oh.
please, Morgana, please." Anyway, yes, it feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere almost makes words redundant. It's very noisy. Throughout the country, terminating a person guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, yes, what?
Look at me, no, just like in the beginning. Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again.
I know, but I just can't help it.
But the judge,
Oh my god, he's like a
What?
vampire. Oh, I love him.
he's like Edgeworth, but vampire. Vampire Edgeworth.
Well then, Momo, your most British judge that you ever can. Nah,
Oh my.
just do whatever judge voice you want.
You don't even have to do a British accent. Something
No,
they,
no.
okay. I have a trick for you guys. Something they used to tell us in musical theater all the time, because they could not trust us as teenagers to accurately do a British accent. They just said speak as like posh as you can with the best enunciation you can, and it'll just kind of sound like it.
Oh yeah, true.
So just kind of like speak like.
I don't. I'm not
posh,
asking
rich,
you guys to
like
voice.
money.
I'm not actually asking you to sound as British as possible though.
Yeah. Like if you
Just-
if
just
you wanna
voice
get
it.
into it, just be like, oh, I'm so fancy, like that sort of a thing. But other than that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will try. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. Why does it
There you
didn't
go.
work?
There
Sorry.
you
No, that worked. That was good.
That was good.
Still you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought because
Yeah, the face is different, so it's confusing every time. But yeah, it's the judge.
we are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus McKilded.
That voice is so good for him. You don't
Oh
understand.
yeah.
You do it really well.
I now call upon the consuls for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
I think this is my favorite judge of all.
Well then, Kuts, what kind of voice will you give Funzix?
Oh boy, let's see.
He's a vampire.
Funzix is amazing. I love him already.
Maybe I should have just
See if
let.
I can-
Maybe I should have let you listen to the freaking voice acting of it, with the
Oh,
objection lines and
give me-
everything.
Just give me a moment. I'll look it up on my own. I'll hear it.
Ah, okay. I can also just save here and go to the gallery. To be honest.
Yeah, but I could also just like here. I'm gonna mute for a second to do it.
Okay.
Research for the role.
Indeed.
He kind of looks like Edgeworth.
He's nothing like Edward. In my opinion,
Yeah, but in
Fun
looks,
Six-
he is
Fun
got, like,
Six
the
is the
same
best.
hairstyle.
Funzix as a character is the best character, past prosecutor in the whole series, Ace Attorney series. He's
Should have
so
surpassed
well.
Godot, my baby.
He's so well fleshed out. Yeah, he's gonna surpass him, I think.
Aww, I love Godot and his coffee.
And his coffee. Well,
Wait, guys, give me a second. I can hear a strange noise. I
Have an
think
idea.
my cat is closer to somewhere.
sorry,
Give me
what?
a second. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Bear with me because it'll take some time for me to get used to it.
Oh,
He sounds it's more like a smooth and bassy
Oh.
kind of voice. So the prosecution is fully prepared. Like that sort of a thing.
Yeah. That must be the Reaper of the Bailey.
He looks like he's about to fucking
He
kill someone. so-
Really does he really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys, I am back. I
No.
heard my
That's okay.
my cat. It was like bum 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 wanting to leave a room. And I was like,
Oh
oh,
my
what's happening? And I opened the door and my sister was like, no, I'm batting him.
Hmm.
Yeah, it just wanted. He didn't want to be batted. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, we can go on.
It's okay.
Well, consul for wait. Consul for the defense. You appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English?
Oh yes, of course. Sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready. I couldn't be further from ready if I tried.
Ooh.
Ah.
Yes.
What the hell is this saying?
Fuck? Wait.
Huh?
Yo.
Oh my god.
So,
eyes please me, Nipponies. I'm like, what is that?
So-
Is that a microaggression?
so
I guess
the thing is here. In the fandom translation, they translated it differently because Von Six is highly racist against Japanese.
Wow.
So this is in his way of insulting the country, the
I can't see
race.
a man that's racist.
And
Oops.
oop.
yeah.
And oop.
But yeah,
Well, yeah, yeah. Oh,
It's-
God.
it's how he
So
is.
many
He's just
Oh, boy. He's like intimidating to the point where I'm scared to voice him. Because I feel like I'm not gonna do him justice. Here we go.
You'll do him justice. I know you
I
can.
gotta get closer. I gotta get closer. Like this.
This is my ASMR.
We shroud your fear, your doubt, trepidation. You run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb.
Yeah. A cold shiver just ran down my spine, all the way to the tips of my toes.
He's like,
Santa Claus.
he is like Santa Claus.
Pretty much.
Now, Mr. McGilded,
Yes, my lord.
is stand accused of murder, a capital offense. Could be sent to the colors if found guilty. I Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this foreigner?
Oof, they're all like that.
Okay, yeah, like in this game, by almost every British person is highly racist with foreigners. So,
I mean,
1900s.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
what
around that
also the
time, I would
period.
say it's not wrong.
It's not wrong, it's
Well,
not
wrong
developed
is
like
hard
we
to
are now.
look at.
I should say it's not historically inaccurate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is wrong, but
It is
Yeah.
wrong,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is accurate to the times.
We don't want it to be accurate. As I've always said, my lord, it is a grand thing to give opportunities to the young. Even if the fella is a student from some little island off in the Far East.
But him.
It is not the British way to ignore the dangers of yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance. I like to think that acts of chivalry do the great British Empire proud.
I'll just let this play out. We're not gonna voice the.
I heard I donated 5,000 pounds to the government the other day.
Mother, please.
people seem to kind of like him in that respect.
Yeah, that's true. It's just that everyone was so scared about von Zeke
Von Six, yeah.
vampire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Von Vampire.
Von Vampire.
Yes. Seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. Gilded.
That's definitely welcome news. And he certainly has a way with words. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him.
Not against him, it's against the prosecutors that they're all fucking terrified of.
He eloquently put Mr. McGilded and most laudable sentiments. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need oddly remind you that you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed?
Bank mogul.
Okay, let me
wow.
see. Who am I gonna voice? Well, shall I voice him? I don't know.
You've never done like a deeper voice character, have you?
I haven't. No. I haven't. No. Yeah. Well.
Try it out.
Yes, my lord. If the task is sent rotten to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready.
I love it.
Who want to play the maid?
So an apathetic maid.
She is quite. She quite has the monotone stare there.
I don't know.
Kurudu, did you not want to voice more female character? Or was it Momo? I don't know.
Or cool.
No, I wanted to voice.
Oh,
a female.
well, you can also
yeah,
just do a female voice. Sure, just go ahead.
At the manor, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Who wants to play this slick, freaking thief-looking guy? Gentleman.
I would say just make the most annoying voice possible.
pretty
He's
much.
definitely the guy that got all right.
Alright, mate. Hey, bruv.
Look, we have 6 characters and we were only with 5 of us. Someone needs to take 2 characters, okay?
Okay, I can do him, I suppose.
Mm,
I can
Yeah.
try, but- Any criminals here will soon be wishing they never set eyes on me.
Oh, nice.
That was terrible.
She doesn't even talk.
Okay, this is a highly Irish dude.
Look,
Probably.
His eyes look like they're looking in separate area codes.
Yeah,
Another leprechaun.
another leprechaun.
I mean, he's wearing a horseshoe.
Yep.
Yeah.
So who's gonna take this one? You know what? I feel a chill.
Yay.
Well, can I do the grandmother?
You can.
God, I have a great like old woman.
Go
voice.
ahead.
Oh, don't mind me, my dears. I'll just be getting on with my knitting. Must finish these mitts for my grandson.
I love her.
I love her too. She's so cute.
Mr. Naruhodo, those people are...
The jury, yes. That's something we don't have in Japan yet.
That's right. I've only ever read about it. Maybe, Mama, do you want more parts? Because you have only the judge.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of a role to give her.
Media, I agree. Why do they let this man bring a knife to court?
Hey, why do they let Naruhodo have a katana at this side? I mean, what the hell?
Honestly, why do they let this woman have knitting needles? Those things are fucking weapons too.
Yeah.
It's like
No,
wearing a
nothing,
hat
they use
pin. Like
them
those
as
Why
things
do-
don't kill.
Why do they have Lord Von Six have wine in the court? I mean,
I don't know.
like,
There's someone you want to...
oh wait, we don't have them on the court record yet.
yeah.
Well, there is that one lady that
Wait, how old
didn't
is
even
Van
speak
Six?
yet.
Yeah, true.
Oh, okay.
You'll get her whenever she whenever she decides to speak, which is not much, but okay.
Well, let me
Yeah,
think.
it's okay.
There might also be witnesses and stuff that'll come up too, right?
Mm. Definitely,
Wow.
there's a lot of witnesses, like at least 4, 5.
Oh, that is okay.
Yeah,
And if we find that there isn't enough for you to participate with, then we can always switch it around. That's easy.
yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, Susato-san.
But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinions of these 6 jurors. The judge puts sentence according to the law, but the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. So the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view.
Okay, so that actually
How-
makes us sound smart. Wow.
Yeah, but how exactly do the jurors give their verdict?
That I don't know, but I'm sure it will become clear as the trial progresses.
Yes.
Prosecutor Von Zix.
My lord. I can't get my voice down deep enough for that, but you know what? Fuck it.
Just do your best.
Yeah, I'm doing my best.
Hmm.
It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you'd renounce your fame.
Not only is he one that hasn't been defeated, this is also his first time back in a long time. Oh no. Oh no, they're
It's
so
gonna be terrible.
screwed. Oh. Alright, here we go. Listen.
I'm known as the Reaper of the Baby, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity.
So, what brings you back? Is there some change of circumstance of which the court should be aware?
The
Damn.
gloves.
Hmm.
I leave that to your imagination.
My lord.
So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years. Why did he have to choose today of all days to make a comeback?
Oh, sorry, my lord.
That looks alright, Mr. Naruhodo.
As you wish, sir. The court nevertheless welcomes your return. Now then, opening statements, I think. A summary of the case, if you please.
Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity.
We must be the only ones here who aren't aware.
Squire, get my scroll.
The incident took place in the late evening, 3 days past. The hour was some minutes after 10.
Oh yeah.
The victim was a maker of building bricks known in the community as Thrice-Fired Mason.
Nice, fine.
Sorry, Trice?
He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he fired were said to be almost indestructible.
Almost. Ha 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 ha.
He wasn't.
Oh my god. Oh, sorry, this is me. What?
Yep.
Victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service on the streets of London at the time. Dagger that had been thrust into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. Here is the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer at Scotland Yard.
Thank you, Consul. I shall accept that and the photograph as evidence.
Hey, unlike in the Japanese court, the photograph is in color.
Oh.
That's
Hmm.
cool.
Sorry, I just want to check out. I just want to check out the autopsy real quick. So, Tri-Fried Mason Mill, brick maker. Stab once in the abdomen with knife. Well, okay, pretty much what Van Ziek's told. No, actually, further details.
One further item of evidence. The prosecution wishes to submit these as well.
And these are...
His air.
Good lord, is that blood, Consul?
Yes, my lord. Seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. Those gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested.
What? Mr. If Mr. McGilded gloves had blood on them?
That could literally just meant he tried to help him too. So that's not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's lagging. Okay. Yes, I will accept this as evidence as well.
How did I get into this? I'm back in a corner before I've even started.
Continuing. According to the driver of the omnibus, those were the only two passengers traveling inside this vehicle at the time.
Only two?
Obviously, one of those passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason.
Masonry.
Huh?
The other
Ooh.
was the accused Magnus McGilded.
That's a JoJo pose.
God, he's so hot, but God.
Why is he racist?
Why is it be terrible?
Well, okay, no, I can still like the character even though he's terrible.
Hmm.
Well,
As long as I
rather,
recognize he's terrible.
rather damning circumstances to say the least. Defendant, what say you?
Well, of course. I have no recollection of such a thing.
Mr. McGilded.
To be sure, I rode the omnibus that evening. Whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it.
Are you claiming to have been asleep?
It's the motion of the carriage, my lord. Lilt in so it is, and when I opened my eyes again, was a desperate sight before me. The body of a man I never laid eyes on before me life. I'll ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give a man a hand.
Exactly.
So the blood got onto his gloves then, after the man had been killed.
Unfortunately, that statement of the driver's is only the beginning.
What? That's not all of it?
There were multiple witnesses to the precise moment at which the brickmayor was fatally stabbed.
Damn. She's like furiously typing. I guess she keeps the record.
Order, order, order.
Order.
When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage. And there were witnesses to the crime. This is not just a case of compelling evidence. It's the nail in the coffin for the accused. Damn.
Lagging? Okay. Thank you, Consul. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. I think we will hear testimony from these witnesses first of all.
Your wish is my command. Oh, God. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in at once.
I really think I miscast the role. You're kind of begrudging it.
Oh, look at him. He's so cute.
No, I love him.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I love him. I love his design. I
Mm.
love his personality. He's evil, and I love it.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
get that
Yeah.
clear.
Oh, okay.
I'm very happy that I get to do him.
Yeah, I think I'm falling in love. He's so good. I
Okay.
can choose between him and Kazuma.
You'll love him.
Occupations.
You'll love him definitely when he
Gotta have
develops
both.
as a character. We only know him from the opening now.
Yeah, and I only know him as him calling him Nipponese.
Mm.
Which is like,
Biggest fail. Beppo?
Beppo? I love him!
Who wants
Can
to?
I be
Go, Momo.
Beppo?
Yeah, if you want. Go ahead.
He's just so cute.
My name is, well, everyone calls me Peppo.
Aww.
I drive an omnibus in the East End.
I suppose I can try to voice him. Bruce Fairplay. I'm a banker in the city.
So cute.
Lady first. Oh my god.
Ah, lady first.
I wonder if I wonder if I can use my regular kind of android voice for this guy.
Oh.
Let me see. My name's First. Lady First. I make hats for gents.
Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present All of you present in the stand were in an omnibus and witnesses to the aforementioned incident. Wait a minute. I thought it said it only had 2 passengers.
You'll find out.
Were
Is
they
that
back
correct?
outside?
Oh wait, an omnibus is those big ones, right?
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Quite right.
Yes, sir. That's right, sir.
I don't remember his voice anymore. Jeez. Very well then. Let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Testimonies. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw.
First testimony in court, guys.
I'm trying so hard not to give that one guy Ash Ketchum score.
Why
Hello,
not?
I'm Lady First. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Anyway, sorry.
It was the last buzz of the evening, so I had few customers. I remember it well.
The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other in sight of us. Then out of the blue, the accused reached over and plunged a knife right into its guts.
Oh my god.
No.
He's so cute. That's right. He stabbed him. I screamed, I did. Couldn't help it.
As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus and then I saw it too.
Oh, that's it. An ambiguous testimony, I must say. They have the same voice because I can't.
That's okay.
I mean, it's too old,
Actually,
man.
one is a little more raspy. I can hear the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly,
Okay.
my lord. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes.
I'd like to ask a question, if I may.
Yes, Consul?
If you need, if perhaps next time, Zodates. Perhaps next time we invite you for an extra voice.
Actually, do you want to take the that one guy that I was doing right now?
Huh?
No, like, because you
Who are
said
you
give an
talking
extra
to?
voice.
Well,
Oh,
Zayda is just
maybe
offering
extra voice.
himself to be an extra voice, yeah.
No,
But I
I'm
don't know
saying,
if
like, does anyone like if the voices aren't spread out enough, someone else can do the guy with the hat. I was just doing.
Oh yeah, true.
Oh,
Because he'd be easier because his voice isn't supposed to be like deep and gruff and
Hmm.
that's why I'm saying like
Yeah, that-
if you
that's
want to
true,
do another voice, I would say do him.
We'll think about next time because otherwise we need to
We
set
do
up
that
the stream as
now.
well.
yeah, I
He hasn't
don't think I
spoken
can do
much.
better than you. You are so good at doing him and
Ah.
everybody, and now I feel like no, I can't do it.
I mean,
anymore.
I don't want to make anyone feel
Kuts
bad.
Kuts voice is like everyone in his Let's Plays of Paper Mario and
Oh, yeah.
everything, and
That's
that's a focal range on a whole other level.
Yeah, it's not just the range. He's pretty good, like at acting. It's
So
good.
then, yes, I'll reach out for maybe next time. The court sessions definitely need an extra voice, maybe, because
Okay.
there are a lot of witnesses and a lot of judges and a lot of... Like,
Yeah.
the court sessions in this
Making me
game are
blush.
crazy with the amount of characters there are. But in an in an investigation sections that we might run out of voices because there are little
Okay.
characters there.
All right.
Hmm.
Okay. Wait, there's investigations in this now?
No, not in the court sessions, but I mean in the
I mean, like,
actual
there will
chapters
be.
with investigations. You know,
No,
just
maybe
like
okay.
normal
Telecom
Just
section.
waiting
based
for that.
attorney games.
Anyway,
Let's see
sorry.
Sherlock again.
Yes.
Sorry. No, I just... Well, this testimony makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
Why not?
Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it?
As has been clearly stated from the outset, yes.
Well, in that case, how could those two witnesses possibly have seen what had happened? There's no way they could have seen that from inside a moving carriage.
I was
And
thinking the same. I
and
was like,
and
what?
Naruhodo
Thank you.
clearly is a foreigner here.
I've had.
Quaint. I'd read that civilization in the Eastern Island nations was a good century behind our own. But you're here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses?
Huh?
Tell me, my Nipponese friend. Have you even traveled in an omnibus?
Well, no. We only just arrived in London this morning.
No matter. I've arranged for all of us to see for ourselves. The actual scene of the crime, that is.
What? What do you mean? The actual scene? How?
Cinema.
Carriage is designed to be moved, after all. Presumably you understand that much.
Yes.
The omnibus in which this bloody crime took place is here today, in this very building. Yeah, they're
Here?
not really, like, large.
What? The entire carriage?
Bailiff. Bring forth the stricken omnibus. I only
So
did
extra.
Ashket's voice for like 3 seconds, and it already tore my throat.
Oh dear.
Because
Don't-
I can feel my voice cracking a little bit when I do. It's fine.
Don't
though.
overdo yourself.
Oh,
Yo-
that thing's that thing's a
Investigate.
lot bigger than I expected it was.
So that's an omnibus. The omnibus.
Yes, seats.
I can't believe they could bring something so enormous into Great Britain's courtrooms. That Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing. Okay, need to calm down.
As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and can carry up to 8 passengers. Oh.
Quite a lot.
4 passengers inside in the enclosed cabin, and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city's architecture and sights are to be had from the top of an omnibus. But if they're on top, they
Like a
couldn't have
red bus.
possibly seen what was inside.
Right?
Hmm.
And I should point out to our foreign guests.
Oh.
Oh, Good
Mhm.
fucking point, game. That's a good point. That's a
So-
really good point.
Not just that.
So what were you? Which trying to say, Coots?
How was I supposed to know there was a skylight?
You wouldn't, but the game gladly likes to point you out to that little detail, right?
Really? It's like that. All right, got a point. I'll shut up.
Because
That
until now
there's
they've
a
been like so oblivious.
Yeah, that there's a skylight in the roof, allowing a view of the interior interior from the seats above. I'm trying to like. I already.
Ah,
forgot
a
how
skylight.
I'm
Oh,
in the middle of my sentence.
Very sensual.
The penny drops at last, I see. These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats on this omnibus when the murder took place. That is how they came to witness the grim incident. Through the skylight.
that makes perfect sense.
None of what I mean. Fist pump. Screwed over by this groom.
Well, Consul, this is a first. In all my years behind the bench, I've never experienced the crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom.
There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. Could you? Stop submitting! I would like to. Oh, that is the prosecution's wish. He's like an overeager kid doing homework.
He's the Reaper. He's fully prepared for every tale.
Yeah, I guess so.
Very well, I see no reason why not. This omnibus is hereby firmly accepted as evidence.
Well then, I can't believe it. An entire crime scene entered as evidence.
Yes, Great Britain is simply extraordinary. Extraordinary.
I could help myself from yeah. I could help myself a lot by giving the omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's there. So we're gonna do that right now.
Nice.
In we go.
The whole trial just stops. It's not a It's like, oh.
Pretty much.
Well, let's open the door and go inside, shall we?
Yeah, the scene of the murder. It's horrible.
Oh, it's not that horrible.
Yeah, there's like one small stain.
Could be
That's the-
period.
Oh my god.
What?
It's okay.
I missed
You don't
something.
need to hear it. You don't need to hear it.
Okay,
No, it's cool.
I'll rewatch the VOD. Or someone could clip it. I don't know.
It's a secret between
No,
us now.
don't
You can't
clip
do
it.
anything about
So
it.
Deus, do a favor, clip it.
No!
Or media, or anyone else. I don't care. That's the blood that's soaked into the seat. The victims, obviously.
Yes, and the seat will be clearly visible from the roof deck.
Would you really stab somebody in full view of the other passenger like that? I wonder.
Well, it was after dark. There was a lamp on in here, so perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the skylight.
Whichever way you look at it, it doesn't seem like it was a planned attack.
Thinking about it like myself, like, why would you be staring down through the sky? Like, unless you heard something, which I don't think this guy like screamed out or anything.
They said he
Unless you
screamed,
heard it,
but
what would make you think to look down as
True.
you're looking at the scenery?
True. It's quite a large skylight, isn't it?
yes, quite large enough for the good view in the cabin from the roof deck.
And there doesn't appear to be a handle or catch of any description. So I suppose it can't be opened from the inside the cabin at least. This actually looks remarkably soft, but then but it's actually rather hard when you sit on it, and only wide enough to for two gentlemen to sit side to side. Really.
Of course, an English gentlewoman who would dress in such finery. It will be quite impossible for her to climb up to the roof deck, so she will have to be seated in here.
A woman in kimono would have the same problem. Women's other clothes are very impractical, aren't they?
Yep.
Oh, that's your country. They could make it different.
This seat has a handle, it seems. That looks like all sorts of equipment that might be needed to keep the omnibus running.
Pink tabs, jewelry wheels, blankets, arching stools. There's a storage compartment for the coachman to keep his things, it seems.
There doesn't seem to be any space for passengers to stow their luggage. That's for sure.
Well, I don't imagine it will be very convenient for that purpose anyway.
Hey, Yuji! Just to say hello. Your stream goes well? Yeah, it does.
No.
We're in the middle of the investigation of a murder scene. In the middle of court.
Yeah, right in the middle of the trial. Everybody stop. Gotta
Let's
investigate.
see. There's a notice here, so. Oh, there's the poster for the Great Exhibition that's due to start 6 months from now. There's a lot of focus drawn to the Crystal Tower, the centerpiece of the whole exposition.
Oh, the Crystal Tower. It's under construction already, I believe. People all over London must be fizzing with excitement at the prospect of such a grand event.
Are there other things to examine here? On this poster, but I don't think it's necessarily related.
Well,
Oh, that's the same dialogue.
it's the same. Yeah.
Okay.
Outside?
So then outside to look at the top of the omnibus.
Have you seen enough? Let's step back aside then. Outside. Yes.
It was good enough. Okay.
So this is the roof deck of the omnibus. You must have a wonderful view of London streets from up here.
So people sit all the way up there, up here, on a bit, on bitter winter nights, with cold air rushing past them. And they have to pay money to do so?
Ugh, I can't imagine how cold it must feel.
That's just make me think of something horrible. Could you imagine being dragged around the city in the freezing cold as a punishment?
Perhaps this is the real price you pay to stay out late.
What?
Sky.
You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure.
Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. I'm sure the witnesses will be. Wait, oh, sorry, lag. It was blocked. So I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly.
That's not good for us. Is there anything else that we need
The
to examine?
lamps. London 5th Avenue, maybe.
Let's see the front view, maybe. Oh, okay. Well, we already got that. No, I think we already got everything. Yeah, except for this sign, I suppose. Oh wait, no, that's the window apparently.
Oh yes. Okay.
I thought it was the sign.
Oh,
So okay, we examined everything the
wait,
bus have
the
to offer.
the red No, the red sign.
The red sign.
Yes.
Oh,
There maybe.
Phoenix Wright Omnibus.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Wait a minute.
Ah,
I guess
Okay.
that's just a.
that's just a freaking cameo or something. This is just a nod. I don't even know if that was in Japanese
New
version.
had canon. Naruhodo takes that name as a new name when he moves to Great Britain.
Hmm. Anyway, let's proceed with.
Let us continue with proceedings then. Your cross-examination, Consul.
Oh.
Pray, don't expect this Nipponese stray to understand the intricacies of a British court's cross-examination rights. Damn, dude.
Wow.
All right, my first cross-examination in British court. Focus, Ryunosuke. Focus.
I don't remember the Japanese name of Phoenix, right?
Ryuichi Naruhodo.
Ryuichi de Naruhodo. Yeah.
Okay, so it was always Naruhodo, but
Yeah, the surname was always Naruhodo. That was just a pun for
pun.
icy in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. なるほど。
なるほど.
なるほどね. We don't have to read everything that we already read through with
Yeah.
the first
Yeah.
examination. It's just us.
Are we
It's just
pressing them?
pressing them
Are
and
you sure we
everything.
can't
So actually,
reject anything right now?
no, we don't have the evidence for that. I think, at least I don't remember the statements clearly enough to present evidence here. It was the last night of the evening and had the few customers I remembered well. Let's see. Yes, I think there was it was sometime after 10, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, sir. That is right, sir. Yeah, yes, it was so cold. It was, sir. Written in fact.
And you had 4 passengers on board at the time. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, that's right, sir. Not all traveling in the same parts of the bus, of course, though. No. Oh no.
Good luck switching voices and accents.
And there were no. And there were no other passengers when the incident took place. No one alighted, for example. You're quite right with that, sir. No other passengers like that. No.
So nobody fled the scene of the crime then?
I have to say, the boss insists on it running indoors every evening. That the last bus of the day. But I do wonder sometimes if it's altogether worthwhile. Yes, sorry to say.
What do you mean by that?
Well, what with it being so cold and everything, and only making 20 pence on the round, you see? Yes, I spend that much of the pub on the way. Just trying to warm up again.
Man, his pay is horrendous. The victim and the
Yeah.
man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. We just have to press everything, I think. And you saw them through the skylight on the roof of the carriage. Yes, quite. That's right. Did I give him that voice? No, I don't think so.
I don't remember. It was deep.
When you set up the nah, that wasn't it, right? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, even if it's not the same. it's
Whatever.
okay.
I'll just.
I think nobody
When you sit up on
remembers
the
exact
top of the
voice.
deck, the windows right at your feet. There was a lamp inside, so I had a pretty good view. The two of them were wearing hats, and I couldn't exactly make out their faces.
Didn't see them.
But there is not a shred of doubt in my mind it was Mr. Gilded.
Even though the guy doesn't dress nearly as like flamboyant as Mr. Gilded.
How can you be so sure? Well, how can I put it politely? Mr. McGillis is a gentleman of rather small stature. I couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else.
Because it's short.
Apparently because he's short.
Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. McGilded, unless there was someone sitting across from them.
Unless
Yeah.
somebody hid in the compartment underneath the seats.
Oh wow. That's a
But how would
theory,
they be
I
able
don't
to
know.
get under it if like there's two people sitting on it?
It could
Yeah,
be in the other
true.
seat, under the other seat.
Oh, you have a point. Okay.
Yep.
Didn't think about that part. Oh, sorry, this is still me.
Yep.
There was no room for doubt here.
I really wish there was. And out of view, the accused reached over and plunged the knife into Scotch. You actually saw the exact moment it happened? Didn't I already testify that? Or are fair, dumking, hard-working city bankers not considered trustworthy these days? Oh, no. I didn't mean that if I like that. This is no good. I really got to back this up. Perhaps you could tell us what you saw. Okay, we got interrupted.
Oh, my lord.
Measure number 3. What's the meaning of this?
My mind is made up, my lord. Completely and totally made up.
Made up about what?
I don't like this thinking rate. Never have. They always have something or other than they shouldn't be. Every one of them. What? And they is burning.
Hmm?
And the little leprechaun of a man is.
See, we all
Leprechaun.
knew it.
He said it.
That's also a bit racist.
And the little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Exception? Well, he can't fool me. What the?
Wow.
Whoa. Oh, that's
They
why they have.
vote.
There's no point wasting time listening to any more of this. It's my opinion on the matter anyway.
That's precisely what I was about to say. As a foreman of the jury, it's my duty to set a good example for my fellow jurors.
Yo.
What the? What's happening here?
Let me just read.
Let me just read about the. And it's totally not only in this courtroom.
Let me see. Oh, yes. Seems that how the members of the jury give their. That's how the members of the jury gives their verdicts.
With fire?
Apparently, yes. Vote for innocence and block for guilty. As the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case, number 1, they each cast a ball of fire into the great scales of justice, as we saw a moment ago. That's so dangerous.
So,
Scary.
if those enormous skill fall completely to black, the black side, that does that mean?
Let's do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen.
Now I'm even more worried than I was before.
No, sorry. Very well. The court acknowledges the change in the jurors. No, yes, juror stance. Counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination.
Yeah. This is a nightmare. That's right, he stepped in. Couldn't. Okay. He stabbed him, you say? And you were sitting up on the roof deck. Where were you?
Yes, that's right, sir. I was up on the roof seats. I remember seeing the little gent sitting next to the fellow that was stabbed. I've been thinking about a new hat design, you see, so I was just gazing absent-mindedly around. But then I happened to look down through the skylight. It was sticking right out from his belly, that huge great knife.
A grim sight indeed.
That didn't help me at all.
It's
The
clean
jury
as a-
looks like they're even more convinced if my client did it than if they were before.
It appears to have made everyone even more dubious that Mr. McGilded is telling the truth. If only we had some evidence to counter their suspicions.
Mr. First. Oh, yeah, yes, sir. Is this the knife you saw? Oh, good grief! Yes, that's it, the very one, sir.
Is that?
It's very fancy. Yes, Counsel, this is the blade that was driven in the victim's belly like a stake through the heart. It's up to him then.
That is a blade of considerable size, Consul.
Good.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
It is. And furthermore, the scabbard is emblazoned prominently with a certain initial. Oh boy. The letter M, which seems oddly familiar.
Please, no.
M for Magnus, perhaps? Or McGilded, possibly. Take your pick. It seems this particular big name in London made a magnificent mistake.
But there's an M. There are M's everywhere. Like yes. In Mason.
I love his objection. It looks so different.
Mm-hmm.
This blade is far
Can't
too
hear you,
extravagant for a
so-
poor brickmaker to have owned. Could have been a gift, sir.
Mm-hmm.
No. This weapon of murder almost certainly belongs to the accused.
If it was sleeping, it might have been easy
He was
to
probably
take.
woken up by the scream, to be quite honest.
Not conclusive, but certainly compelling, Consul.
My lord, if you'll forgive the interruption.
Juror number 2, go home.
Mr. McGilded is a pillar of society and a gentleman, and a gentleman's word should be sacrosanct. However,
Oh no.
those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Wait, what are you about to do?
Dispose of the rubbish.
No.
I don't wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth and grime.
Oh.
Oh.
She's talking this time!
I
I
don't
have
know.
painstakingly typed every word uttered here today and cross-referenced it to hold effect.
Oh
As
no.
such, I am now in a position to draw the only logical conclusion.
Not again.
That's 4 out of 6 jury members who proposed a guilty verdict. There are only 2 left.
We've had it. Every time if I press a witness for more information, I just make the situation worse.
Nevertheless, what we need more than anything at the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark.
I suppose I'll have to just keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may well fly.
We mustn't give we mustn't give up hope that we'll uncover something that will give us a way to fight back.
But... Alright. I'll keep trying. Can't give up. I just need to keep calm and listen to the witnesses' statements again. Okay, now we have also the knife, which I want to kind of examine. So now here's the insignia.
It's a W.
Well, it could be a W or M, yeah, depending on how you hold it. An ornate letter
Those aren't
M.
usually drawn like that.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
Undoubtedly, Mr. Magus McGilded initial.
And it's beautifully gilded too. It must be very valuable, I should think.
Ah,
What is it?
look at this M. If you turn it upside down, it becomes a W. This could
What do
change
you think?
everything.
You see the cursive, the font of it?
Yeah.
That's the same that they use on Wonka. Like
Willy
Willy
Wonka.
Wonka stuff. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why I recognize it as a W.
Hmm.
Is Willy Wonka actually the murderer?
Oh my god.
Okay, we're done.
But okay.
Wrap it up.
Indeed.
A W?
Yes. This is one of those, you know, turnabout cases, I'm sure of it.
I'm afraid I don't know at all. But what I'm sure of is that this is an M.
Oh, well, the idea was quickly squashed.
Hmm.
Can't we just pull out the blade?
But
Okay.
part of this sheath, isn't it?
Hmm.
Are you alright, Mr. Nahudo?
Oh, yes. Sorry, yes. I just didn't really like... I don't really like blades.
And you are wearing a katana.
True.
I mean, it's from Kazuma, so it's special, but still.
It's soul. We're not carrying a katana, just a katana. We're carrying a soul.
Guys, maybe we will see his ghost because we have katana.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You're trying so hard to.
we're trying so
Yeah.
we're so badly in the 5 stages of the now, right?
Yeah.
Which stage are we at the moment? I don't know.
Guys, she said the same thing. Doesn't seem like the words of a woman with a large katana slung on his waist.
It's not a blade. That's Kazuma's soul.
We said the same.
Yeah. Anyway, there's no sense in delaying it. Let's see what the blade looks like. Oh, that's certainly a lot of blood.
Wow.
It just looks like a lot of blood.
It surely is blood. The victims.
An Englishman's blood looks like a Japanese man's blood.
Yeah,
Did you
know.
think? Did you think it wouldn't? Oh wait,
Sorry.
that's your line. Derp. Sorry, it's just that I've only arrived here in Great Britain. I'm finding it a little hard to adjust.
Yes, I do understand.
There's not much that we can kinda see from here, huh?
Hmm.
No, not necessarily. Okay. Let's see. We have... Oh, this is the last statement that we still need to press, actually, right? As soon as I heard the screen, I stopped my boss and then saw it too. What exactly did you see?
Oh, no, well, sir, there will be the passenger, sir. Well, yes, collapse on the floor it was.
He wasn't on the floor.
And by the passenger, obviously you are referring to the victim, Mr. Mason the brickmaker.
And then the other passenger had that knife in his hand, like this.
By the other passenger, obviously you were referring to the accused, Mr. Magnus McGilded.
And then he plunged it down like this.
He said-
Stopping the hot.
He said that he said he stopped the carriage after a scream. So I mean, how would he see the moment of the crime?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was already collapsed on the floor. like,
What?
huh? That's lies.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Hita?
Oh, was that me? Oh yeah.
I think so.
My lord, I wish to speak. Oh yeah, I gave it a really high pitched voice.
Yeah.
No, yes, juror number 5. Do I take it that you too?
As the master of London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of being committed in one of my city carriages is utterly abhorrent to me. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though I said myself to myself. But I've heard enough now. Those the horse has bolted, as they say. No, please, just keep an open mind. Gee up now, Silver Blaze. To the finish. The finish is in sight.
Oh, is he like a
Hmm?
like a horse rider or something like that?
He
Is
is,
that what he has to-
Coach. Yeah.
He's the
Yeah,
he is the leader of the Coachman's guild.
Good.
Why do I have a feeling like the grandma's gonna be the only one that's gonna believe him?
Yeah.
Beppo is a long-standing member of the guild. I trust what the man says.
Oh, thank you, sir. You're too kind, sir.
It's too unkind, sir.
Which now means that 5 jurors agree to condemn this man. Madam Juror number 6.
Yes, dear. What can I do for you?
You have heard the testimonies of the witnesses in the stand.
Oh, yes, I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know.
Hello there.
Then, pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leaning?
Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. I always go to the park at around this time of day and sit on a nice bench and get on with my knitting.
He's like, and?
So.
There's a lovely little park just near where I live. McGilded Park, it's called. The gentleman donated it to the city, you know, to put a smile on Londoners' faces, he said. I can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life.
I'll just let the freaking.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the voice of the public, so.
McGilded Public Library? Oh.
Mother?
How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not know what kind of a man Magnus McGilded really is?
What kind of man he really is?
The philanthropist Magnus McGilded has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from? Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one with the very darkest of souls.
What?
How's a Shylock?
Stone the crows.
McGilded lends money at extortionate rates of interest, so his victims have no hope of repaying him. When they default, he takes possession of everything they own. He is a vulture that preys on the weak.
I've never heard any mention of that before.
Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madam. So has this thought not crossed your mind? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own? I mean, he does make a good point with that.
That's true.
What possible reason could this man have had to make use of a public omnibus service?
But if that's the case, why would he kill that guy in particular, you know?
Interesting point as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But if they said they saw him, we really need some evidence
Mm.
to
Well, my point
prove
is, like,
that is wrong.
you would think with all of these things that he's having built, he would actually treasure this man.
Probably.
Maybe some
built his
personal problem.
Hmm.
I don't know, his wife
I don't know.
cheated on him with him, something like that.
Hmm. You're not saying that.
The victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing in his name save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused, Magnus McGilded.
But if he had all this money, why
would
would
have
he
hired
need
an
that
assassin.
guy's?
Well, he's
Well, that also, he could have also
Here.
done that, but...
Let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed was the final repayment date for his debts.
Good gracious.
The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house. He had not a shilling with which to repay his debts.
Again, I ask, if he's such a good worker, and he's known well for having basically the
Hmm.
most
Yeah,
sturdy
that's
bricks possible,
strange.
why would he be so poor?
True.
And in the end, this pitiful soul had the very last thing he owned taken from him. His life.
So there's no point in killing somebody that owes you money.
Yeah. That's actually exactly the point, really.
Mm-hmm.
By the merciless philanthropist pretender, Magnus McGilded.
I don't believe it.
Bonus music. Oh,
Ah, that was Susato.
thank you, Susato.
If I might add something briefly,
Miss Susato.
you claim that the victim has been lent money by Mr. McGilded,
Where did that money go?
but
Oh, yeah.
where is the evidence to support your claim?
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Yeah, he is throwing out a lot of,
Accusations.
oh my god.
what? His
But
blood. is on
Blood.
my blood.
Mr. Vampire, yes.
Pray, forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in the court of law.
It's a thing.
I feel today is the 1st of October and he's right on point with this
Oh, it is
one.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
So, Judge.
Oh, so, oh my god, every time I thought. Okay.
It's okay.
Aha! There it is. Lord Von Discos Aloid Chalice?
Hallowed chalice. Yeah.
Chalice?
Chalice.
Okay.
Chalice.
Chalice, okay.
There you go.
Thank you. Chalice.
Sorry, my jersey came out. Okay.
How can this be considered acceptable?
But I find myself in unexpectedly good humor. I had heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but I didn't expect to experience it myself.
Is that a compliment?
As judicial assistant to the defense, I am simply doing my job.
What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside.
Oh,
Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. Now drink the fucking glass you poured! And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice in a toast to the enigmatic East at the same time.
Down in one go.
And everyone's just like, "Oh, we love him. Keep going." It's like with the British lady from the first trial.
Ah.
Mm.
You can do no wrong because you're hot.
No, that was more like you can do no wrong because you're an English woman. Because they
Ah,
were.
English
Well,
woman.
It was also
hot.
because she was pretty. Let's get that
Well,
straight. Everyone was complimenting her on how she looked.
true, okay.
A marvelous toast, Consul. I will gladly accept this new evidence. Oh yes, 20 what was that?
Guineas.
Guineas.
Guineas, okay. Oh yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum.
And the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense.
Well, it would seem I've had the wool pulled over my eyes.
Regrettably, madam, that is the modus operandi of the accused.
And it's such a pretty little park, too. What a scoundrel.
No.
Still. Maybe it's all for the best.
No, wait a minute. Let me think about this a little more before.
I don't stand for nonsense.
Game over.
Oh boy.
I think we lost.
That was it. The last juror's decision.
But it also comes down to the judge himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could be where it's like.
Or let's see what Susato comes up with.
I just not hit that Susato's ribbons. I didn't notice at all before.
Mm.
Anyway. Oh, according to this encyclopedia.
Yep.
Yep.
Right, okay. I just read out it is in Italian, but I wasn't sure. According to this encyclopedia of British law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended, and the proceeding judge will derive the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here.
The final verdict? It's over then?
Oh. There's a footnote too.
A footnote?
However, the defendants.
They're not gonna even let him try.
All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement in this case.
Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision.
According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial. By delivering my final verdict, I trust there are no objections.
Object!
Naruhodo!
Miss Susato, just tell me one more thing.
Oh, yes?
You were in the middle of saying something before. The footnote in your encyclopedia of British law. However, the defense... What did it say next?
Yes, of course. One moment. When all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, all proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will read the final verdict and sentence. Then the footnote states, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point. Hmm.
Examination? Examination? I think it was called a final statement in the Japan translation. It was way easier of a name.
Yeah.
Examination.
Summation, examination. You don't even know about it? From which century has that tome you have there been resurrected? Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old.
Oh no.
Any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten, and certainly no longer practiced. So you're out of luck.
Oh.
What even is it, Miss Sajato? The so-called summonation examination.
Oh, one moment. And I read about it. Sorry, I was dying.
You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails. Typical Nipponese. Ugh.
Alright, Mr. Naruhodo. I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure, we'll be able to appeal to the members of the jury.
To do what exactly?
Appeal to them to change their leaning or reverse their decisions. And it says here that if successful, the proceeding of the trial must be resumed.
Makes them reverse their decisions.
Yes, in times gone by, barristers would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the jury's decision. But the procedure, just I can't even.
Procedure?
But the procedure. I hate the I can't.
That's
The
okay.
procedure became something of a formality with no practical benefit really, so it rather fell out of use.
I wonder why.
Because it was devoid of purpose. Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try in this day and age.
We will do it.
Yeah!
Still, I don't see any mention on the procedure actually being formally revoked.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct.
Susato is the freaking hero of this.
I love Susato.
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Summonation examination. Our last possible option. Do we assert our right to carry it out or admit defeat? Assert our right, of course.
Yeah.
The defense wishes to assert the right to examination, my lord.
London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on Earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very high standards of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried.
But if it's our right, it's our right, and I believe it could prove vital to this trial.
The defense petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation examination.
It's madness.
Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready?
Well, I'm not. There was no mention of this in the letter I received. You see, so.
All members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision.
On what grounds?
You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty.
Well, my lord, you're rather putting me on the spot.
It's not. This is most irregular. No mention was made of this before.
I don't really hold with all this, Judge Fine Clerk.
That seems to be thrown the jurors off.
Seems none of them has experienced this before.
But
All right,
also,
then.
If they can't, yeah,
Go ahead.
if they can't explain it, then
Yeah,
that like
true,
that's the thing. Like, if you're gonna make a decision to kill a man, you should be able to
Explain
it.
your reasoning, why? Yeah.
So the fact that none of them can do it means they really did not fucking think about it.
Mm-hmm. Which
That's
is
what it is.
Mm-hmm. Which is the saving grace of an examination, summation of examination. The defense procedure, no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe. It might be an opportunity we've been looking for to turn this trial around.
So be it then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant, Magnus McGilded, guilty of this most serious crime.
To be continued. No, never mind. I thought it was a continue point.
Right?
There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to be him.
I love how his flower's a pulley.
Mm-hmm.
I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence.
He stacked the chip next to him just like this. Brazen him as they absolutely brazen.
I have simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion.
You can trust the guild. Fares, fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years.
I don't think that's the point.
Scoundrel, stabbing that poor man on the floor.
Oh, he didn't do it on the floor.
It beggars belief.
So there are already contradictions between the statements of all of some janitors,
Mm-hmm.
the jurors. Sorry. I'm starting to wish I hadn't pushed for this for that now.
Some of the jurors
Jurors, yeah.
don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments, though, do they?
Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get these six people to change their minds. I'll have to throw everything at them and use some very persuasive language.
Just a moment, Mr. Nerhuddle. According to my book, that's not quite how it works.
Oh, I thought I was going to have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant.
Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they are likely to heed anything the defense says.
But then...
They reached their conclusion, but their own reasoning, you see? Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, I could recall on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more enraged they may become.
Then what on earth am I supposed to do?
Found evidence. Oh dear, I'm just stating what I read about British law, Mr. Nerhuddle.
Right, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work then?
Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your arguments.
What do you mean?
Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. They may appear to present an united front, but the truth is, they are completely strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together.
And that's the way to break them down, you mean?
Yes, exactly. You must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can, then we contrast the statement and pit the corresponding jurors against each other.
I see. So the contradictions in what 2 or more jurors say is what we're looking for. In a way, then, this is similar to regular cross-examination.
I mean, that's the mechanic of the game.
Hmm.
Oh, yes. I suppose you're right.
I find contradictions in their statements and pit jurors against each other to break them down. Alright, I might be able to pull this off. No, that's not right. I have to pull this off. Mama?
Sorry.
That's
Can
okay.
we start proceedings, Consul? I would ask you to take the stand for this. I am expecting a clear and concise rebuttal.
Yes, my lord. Jury examination. Okay. Let's see. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to be him. Trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, so it seems 4 passengers. Total of 20 pence.
Ah, that's not 4 pence though.
Yeah, there's like 4 passengers, 20 pence.
No, I'm saying like.
Yeah, 4 times 4 is not 20.
Yeah, so they each paid 5. So that's already.
Do we pit her statement against his? I can.
Yeah.
Those two statements clearly contradict each other.
they do? Explain yourself, Consul.
Me? Oh dear, what have I said?
I swear, on Silver Blaze's maiden name, I haven't the first idea what you're talking about. According to the group's testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. According to the coachman, Mr. Bippo, he took 20 pans in fares.
Quite right. I have those precise details that need you here in front of me.
And juror number 5 also told us the following. The fare of the for the omnibus is always 4 pence. That's it. A fair convenient single price. Just the way London's carriages should be operated. But that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Why, man? Why? Why, man? Why?
Starting to become more and more Mickey Mouse.
Kinda. I don't know. 4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you do multiplication.
It would be 16 pence.
Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. Or precisely 1 person's fare.
Oh, I didn't think of it that way. I thought he just charged too much.
Maybe.
Oh,
There was somebody else in there.
yeah.
One person's
They're
fare.
probably hiding.
Yes. In other words, on the omnibus that night, it's the curiosity that it's strictly possible that there was another passenger that we've heard nothing about. This can't be right. The coachmen of the guild are good, honest men. One and all. Trustworthiness is our watchword.
The figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy.
I beg your pardon?
Excuse me, woman.
Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that that he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus. Alright then, how do I make this miserable trial doesn't end,
Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball far into the innocent side of the set of scales.
Now hold your horses there, coachman. We're here and all. Okay, well, I'm not gonna freaking finish that then. Wait till I get my hands on you, Bippo! His seats also changes into white.
Yeah. Wait, so did Beppo?
Ah,
Beppo
this
did
is
lie, that is.
This is very irritating.
Begging your pardon, sir, I'm going to do the same.
For the love of Mike, not you as well.
Wait, who is Mike?
I don't know.
A penny can be the difference between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters.
Oh, really?
I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again.
Well done, Mr. Naruhodo. You did it. managed to change more to more jurors' minds. I can't wait today. Sorry. Can force the trial to continue.
2 more, actually. There is something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions.
Then that's where you must strike next.
So I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show that there is other contradiction in their assertions.
Exactly. You can do it.
Well, the scales of justice have shifted, but they still weigh heavy on the side of guilt. Consul, you have the floor again. Continue with your summation examination.
Hmm.
So pretty much his statement, right? Because he's saying like he stabbed the
It was next to him.
man next to him and the woman sat on the floor.
Yeah.
The scoundrel is stabbing on the floor and...
So I will be right back because I have to go to the bathroom real bad.
Oh, okay. Shall I just wait then? Because the old woman is pretty much coats at the moment.
Yeah, that's true. Then I'll be right back too.
Okay.
You also
I'll go
gotta
to
go
the
to the
toilet.
toilet.
Yeah, it's toilet break.
Toilet break.
Let me grab a snack while we wait then, I suppose. Sheesh. Then again, I just need to step a few steps to shine. So, how is chat enjoying the trial so far? Are you enjoying the trial so far, everyone who's not BRB?
Yes, it's pretty interesting. I mean, it's almost the same.
Except for
thing.
this.
Yeah.
This is like the
It's
biggest
pretty
difference.
The thing is that in the other games, you had also to look around for evidence, which we did, but we didn't have the trial before, and now we didn't look for evidence, and we are thrown here like it's the first trial, like the tutorial, and it's weird because I don't know. I need some evidence before because I need to think about the process here, the trial. But still, it's quite interesting because you have to think right when you are ready here. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the pace of
And
this
like,
game is
I
really
can't-
different. The pace of this game is really different because you start out with the tutorial trial, then you get into a full chapter of investigation, which has never happened before either, and then you get to another trial
Yeah, exactly.
without an investigation. Well, you could say that there was a mini investigation inside the carriage, but
But yeah, but it's interesting.
mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying it.
Oh yeah. And granted, it's only chapter 3, so I mean, I have 2 more chapters that maybe are more normal.
Oh, okay. 2 more chapters.
I think it's 2 more chapters.
Yeah, usually he is like.
Usually it's 5 chapters, I think.
I'm curious. Will Sherlock Holmes will be here? Can I know that? Can you tell me?
Will you really? Do you really want to be spoiled that Sherlock is in this trial?
I don't know. I don't care. I mean, it's clumsy and dumb, but I love him. I don't know.
Okay. Sherlock is not in this trial.
No, not in this one, but in the others. That's what I.
Oh, I don't. I don't know.
Okay, I will accept it. I want him back.
Mm-hmm. Well, we definitely in investigations, of course.
Mm-hmm. Then maybe.
Because we have the beautiful dance of deduction and everything on logic and stuff.
Mhm.
Welcome back, Coots.
Welcome back.
Smell food cooking outside my room. Oh,
Hmm.
my bedroom is right next to my kitchen, as weird as that is.
Yeah, I really thought that my memory didn't serve me correctly because I thought the break would be before this examination,
Oh no, you're good.
but I think
Not like-
I think it's
not
after.
Like my stomach's like now, or I need to leave or anything. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
All right.
Okay.
Get a drink of water though. Hydrate.
Yep.
Okay.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
And
Okay.
everyone is here. Okay.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. Let me clean up my mess. Okay, let's put them together. The man who said he's stabbing in at his side, and the woman who said he's stabbing in the on the freaking ground.
Yes.
These two statements are completely contradictory.
What? Explain, console post haste.
Dearie me,
Wait.
I was only getting a temper for my other half.
How small is he?
Mm-mm.
I thought it was for children.
Yeah, it's supposed to be for
Yeah.
a child.
How was his voice?
How does he
What
not?
is that?
You were doing like an annoying like, hey.
Yeah. What is all this crap trap? Clap trap? What does contradictory
clap
even mean? Clap trap.
Clap,
What does
just
contradictory even mean?
I
I
just
ask
know
you.
him as a character in Borderlands.
Same. That's
Well-
all I know him from.
this is probably just all the rambling or just you
Mm,
know.
Maybe.
Did you read it? Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we've heard from more than two witnesses that they allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3,
What? Can you see I'm busy here?
how would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? In what sort of motion was it?
Want to test me, do you? It was like this. Stack the fellow next to him without even getting half. Just like the brain banker said.
Stab the one next to you, please.
Yeah, he
Yes,
certainly.
that was Mr. Fair Play's testimony. Quite true.
Now then, juror number 6.
Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do for you, young man?
How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam?
Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so.
Now don't move. Take a look at the two jurors. He struck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he was collapsed on the floor.
Well, I never. They're stabbing in totally different directions.
What?
It's my stitches. What a matter.
What this tells us is that there is there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth.
Oh.
But why? Why did Dickens? Dickens? Why did
You
Dickens?
got it.
Yeah, I just thought it was strange. Why did Dickens would they lie?
I don't know yet, but I would but what I do know is that there is if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We'll never know the truth, the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience?
As you say. Oh, dearie me. I can't abide people telling lies.
The scales.
I don't believe it! Wait! Now here it is, my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him. His black suit. He's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic on us all. If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all this?
That's the point.
Answer me this, Dark Jinx. Huh? Me? What exactly is the problem? What of it if two witnesses have slightly different recollections of the event? What of it? Let's say that Shylock did stab the victim as he sat next to him on the abyss, and a young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor and then Shylock stabbed him again, and this old lady saw him do it. Well, what's to say that didn't happen like that,
Are you calling a dandy, sir? Why? I should take this knife to you.
What are you calling out? Why, I should take this needle to you.
You're ready to kill each other now. But could the foreman of the jury be right? Did the two witnesses see two different moments of the same crime? Well, that's out of the question because we have a carriage that proves that that there's only one bloodstain.
Yep.
Hmm.
Let me think it back to it.
Huh? Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. What's it, you dark jinx? Come on, out with it. What your suggestion is impossible. It's out of the question. What? What are you talking about, man? I find it so off-putting that they have the man at the end of the sentence. How could you possibly say that? You do realize I'm only doing my job. As a foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone into the right direction.
But you do not have the right to whether it's... You don't have the right to say, oh, this is the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So where's your evidence, man?
Ooh, sorry.
No, sorry, I thought you were done.
Me being the debater.
Yeah. That's what I want to see. Say that two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. If you say that's out of the question, show me some proof. Looks like this the only way to convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. Some irrefutable hard evidence. As you wish. What? I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that the two witnesses saw the different moments of the same crime as proven by, well, the omnibus himself. It's clear piece of evidence. Well, Miss Foreman, I don't think we did not. Do you know what they say about me, young man? They say I've got no powers of persuasion. Oh, I see. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, okay. Well, that was a wrong piece of evidence. I found. You're even worse than me.
Oh, then what's the right?
2 different moments. In other words, the victim was stabbed 2 times.
We'll go to the
Oh, the autopsy?
Autopsy, yeah. Because that'll say whether or not he was stabbed twice. Single stab wound.
Stabbed once. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. It's easier than that then.
Yeah, we
Well,
did it.
we had the right idea. We just
Yeah, there's only one blood stain. If he was stabbed on the freaking floor, the blood stain on the in the freaking carriage would on the floor be on the floor as well. Yeah.
Although, realistically, in real life, blood gets everywhere when that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah,
There's never
true.
One stain.
True.
So I guess that's what
This is
they were
video
thinking when
games
they
and
did it.
movies. And series, of course, but okay. Out of question, yes. The autopsy. This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen only once. Only once? It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely 1 time. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen 2 different times.
Alright, I concede defeat.
Hey, at least he, at least he says it.
He's honest. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Wait, that means
You did
4
it.
jurors are now leaning to not guilty.
We've done it, Mr. Naruhodo. We won!
Well,
Not
only
yet.
to resume the trial, that is.
Yeah.
What are you playing at, you dandy fool?
Set your trap, sir. No one deceives me.
But we had a consensus? Consensus? Oh, consensus. We had a consensus. Yeah, consensus. Yeah.
I said shut your trap. I know a lawyer when I see one. And if this chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take this razor sharp blade, woo, and shave every last ear of his head.
Is he a barber?
It's disgusting.
Please tell
Well, it's not
me
just
he's a
disgusting,
barber.
That's me going. That's me thinking. Ow, that must have hurt. 'Cause that, it
Yeah,
makes me
also-
heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
Well, in a quite remarkable turn of events, the defense summation examination has flipped the balance of the scale of justice. The jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate. And the trial must continue. The show must go on.
Well, Von Zix is probably not happy now.
Oh, he's probably very unhappy. He hasn't. Have you not? He hasn't talked for like the past 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Makes me think. Where did you go, sir?
Well, I think it's mainly because this examination is for the defense to prove.
Yeah,
Hey,
but you'd think
the point.
like
Potential,
pipe
but
in.
Yeah, true. You might think that he might be able to chime in if he disagreed.
I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places.
oh, maybe it was in his place at all. Like
Hmm.
it wasn't even there because it was like, yeah, we won.
No. He was
No,
clearly
yeah.
there.
Was there? Oh, okay. Then I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. So, Lord Van Zix, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please.
God, I gotta get drunk for this. Smells like pathetic. Oh my god!
Whoa! I didn't expect that.
His hand's probably bleeding. Let me savor the rich aroma of the common contents of this hallowed chalice. It may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy.
Lord Van Zix.
It's cold in here. Or is it just me?
As your antiquated tone no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination. Oh, I see.
Ah, there we go. There's our explanation for it.
Explain it. Yeah.
So I honored deathly silence and listened to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well, no matter. There is nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. No. And why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? It was zooming. So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. Why is it zoom? Oh my god! Damn!
Whoa. Is now a prince?
I guess, kinda, yeah.
Hmm.
Bring forth the
From
witnesses
vampire to
once
prince.
more.
Well, now he definitely looks like a lord, yeah.
Drac. Wow, this is really long.
Oh my gosh.
I know there's a to be continued part somewhere.
Yeah, that's
I
why I'm
thought
like,
we
it's
hit it
been
by
like
now.
3.5 hours. It's gotta be here somewhere soon.
It should be.
Witnesses.
Witnesses!
I trust you heard the summation examination we have just had to endure.
Oh, yes, sir, that I did, sir.
Of course, I heard it.
Yes, sir. I heard it.
You, sir, on the hand, the coachman. I believe it's Beppo. Yes, sir, my lord, sir. If it transpired that in your previous testimony you were attempting to veil the presence of a fifth passenger on your omnibus, you will be found guilty of perjury. You are advised to bear that in mind, sir. Ah, oh mio Dio.
That
Oh
Italian.
my, it just means, oh my god.
Yeah, it means
Yes.
oh my god.
I didn't
Which
expect
is
the
fine.
Italian.
Dio.
Oh
Oh
mio
mio
Dio.
Oh dear.
Mamma mia.
That was so funny. I mean, there are 3 Italians here, so we were like, what?
Go Beppo.
Wait,
Represent.
really?
I can read that. Yay!
We're all Italian, three of
No,
us.
I just didn't know where you guys were from, that's all. So I'm like,
Ah.
oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, we are all Italian.
Mostly.
Three of
Except
us
my
are
note.
No,
Italian.
except for
my-
Kutz and me.
My ethnicity breakdown, 7% Italian.
No?
I'm not 50, my breath
You got the pasta sauce in your blood.
I have to pass this on to Nikolai. Just in small concentration.
Me as well, but I.
You do?
I'm mostly Scottish, actually.
Ooh. I'm Alpha
Italian
Nigerian.
powers.
Well then, continue.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes. Now
To
the
go off on a
witnesses
tangent.
hereby call on you to testify before the court again.
I mean, I thought the name was kind of Italian. Beppo was like.
Yeah, it did sound
Hmm.
Italian.
Well,
Beppo.
you will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense summation examination. Freaking thing.
I know, right? Okay, you know what? We're just gonna save here and then call it
Yeah.
because it's going to run long
Late.
otherwise.
Yeah.
I know there was a break somewhere, but I don't remember where, so we're just gonna freaking call it there.
Just watch me come back 10 minutes later. This break. But that'll be fine, because if it's not that long until the episode ends, it's not like it added too much anyway.
Oh, I never knew this. I could have exited with saving. Okay. Okay, game. Well, up to
Okay.
the just chatting. Oh,
Nice.
long session of a stream.
Yes.
And again.
Got it.
So, what did you guys think of the first part of this trial?
I like it.
Yeah,
got a
it
lot
was
of
This one is
drama.
fun.
Yeah.
Hmm. I always love the trials. They are also always so
Mhm.
dynamic and epic, in a way.
I mean,
Even though it's
I
just
miss
a.
a bit. Sorry,
No. Go ahead.
I miss a bit Sherlock Holmes, but still.
That
You
was.
missed your.
I was
We'll be
saying
back
that.
one day.
They will
I
come
find
back
it.
very
I find
well,
it
though.
funny how you guys just didn't like Sherlock at first, and now you're missing it.
No, it's like
I think I
Oh,
was
I
the
like
only one
him.
who didn't
we
like
didn't
him.
expect
Ah, okay.
him to be like this, but I like him.
He's an idiot, and that's why I like him.
Yeah.
I prefer vampire.
He isn't.
guy.
He's an.
Oh yeah.
He's a genius
true.
idiot.
There's a
He's
bit
book smart,
genius.
but not regular
He's a
smart.
big baby.
Well then,
I love how he's very eccentric. Like it's crazy.
true.
But I love this new vampire guy too.
Van Zix is certainly a character. He is amazing. I mean, I can't-
Racism.
I really can't wait for us to see more of him, because he is, in my opinion, the best prosecutor in the series.
Oh,
Interesting.
I feel
Really
looks
hyping
a
it
bit
up.
like Edgeworth.
Yeah.
That's made on purpose. Like it's some kind of ancestry.
Yeah, I think Edgeworth had been mostly more fleshed out because of the investigation games as well. Anyway, as for the end of the stream, I think I know who we're gonna raid. I thank everyone for joining me, like all my guests here, and the chat, of course.
Thank you.
Been a
Yes.
pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
I can't wait for next week when we're gonna resume this trial. And probably not finish it because how long the trials are in this game.
No. Still no.
I mean, the tutorial
I
one was very long, so
Only
I'm
the fact
sorry.
that we didn't reach the checkpoint in this part is already saying like that it's really long.
Yeah.
Because I know there was like 1 or 2 breaks in this trial. So either we're not a third or it's halfway through. Well, the introduction trial was also 3 parts. I mean, yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, we're gonna raid Buffy Cat. They're doing playing a game of a kind of horror-ish game called Forewarned. And Buffy Cat, besides
I've heard
being
of
besides having Buffy Cat being a pretty good VTuber, they're also doing a collab with one of my good friends. At the moment.
Oh.
Nate's.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I really thank everyone for joining again. I'll see you guys next week, I suppose. Right? So yeah.
Bye.
And as for everyone, we have raid. We can either raid with this command or sub raid. Or if you have a sub, you can use my @Patsy modes as well in between. Thanks for joining, everyone.
Okay.
And we'll see you.
Bye.
Hi. Okay, so
The buff cat.
move. And what I'll do is I'll go and open the door. And
I
hi.
have them. I have them on Twitter. Okay. Okay.
For a second, I thought you said buff cup before, so I was like, wow. I was like, oh, okay. Damn, that's a big one. Well, yeah, she is, but I mean, like,
I'm dead.
buff cup was also on the fucking news.
I'm using my powers.
Oh, I like my ladies.
So that's why I'm like, oh.
Oh,
Did
good.
any of you that I want to say? Did any of you guys? Oh, sorry, noisy. Tried the audition for Bishotos?
Yes.
I did.
I'm so nervous.
Definitely not passing, but
I-
did it
I-
anyway.
Yeah, I don't
I put
think.
mine in like the first day.
Yeah, I think it'll be very difficult.
That's the
Oh
thing.
no,
I'm-
they also have it
Oh,
open
We'll
for-
see.
Really?
They
I don't
said
know.
mailed, but a lot of
Yeah.
times with applications, the issue is they'll say, "Oh, if you're male, you can go for it," but they want you to play a female character.
Oh, did you?
That's what a lot of there's a lot of like fine print, but I don't. Okay, wait. I'm not saying Bishojo is doing that. I'm just saying that there's a lot of other auditions for these types of groups where they say anyone of any
Ah.
gender can join, but they only want you to play a female character.
Okay.
So, which is
Did you kill Nate?
Hmm.
which that kind of like thing of like, oh, you'll play this specific gender even if that's not what you are, and we know that that's not why you're applying.
I am
It's just like I shouldn't have to go through gender dysphoria just to be part of
Yeah.
the group. Which
Yeah.
I've said a lot on Twitter in general. But.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm sorry. At first I did misgender you a lot. Yeah, and also your design was very feminine, so I was, oh, that's she.
No, come back.
And then, no, isn't she?
Just
Get
interesting.
the treasure. Get the treasure.
Hmm.
Alright. Drop one of the items
Ooh.
that you have. Oh, you got the treasure. Alright, just put it in there, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Let's leave. Yay.
Don't call them that, please.
I'm
Call them that.
sorry. I was the first word that.
Word.
Okay, the first word that popped into my mind was trap, because that's how I used to call them that.
Okay, no, I'm not like.
So
yelling, by the way.
I'm kind of trying to think of words how to call them. How do I call like femboyish? Word would think. Is that really the word these days?
Are okay with being
you're.
If I look up dojins, if I look,
It's another to
yeah.
call someone else that.
Hmm.
Because it's while a lot of people are like, oh yeah, it's fine. To a lot of people, it's insulting.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's
Look,
because it's often said to
I'm-
people that are trans.
I
So
I came from like many years ago, like when I read started reading dojins and such. The first appearance of like cross-dressing characters were called traps back then.
Yeah,
So that's how I thought of them, and that's how I called them years. And only recently I found out that it's a slang now. And nowadays, whenever I would look up dojins for cross-dressing characters, I would look either for the tags cross-dressing or femboy, because both terms are used for those tags. Yeah, I know, but I mean that's how I think that it's an okay word, you know?
To like relegate it to like anime characters who are not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it because personally,
Hmm.
I hate that word.
Okay. I'll.
Because
Like I said, I don't know because of it, because of a lot of.
explain it to
Yeah.
you. That's why I'm not
Uh-huh.
yelling at you. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to like let you know.
I'm trying not to.
It's offensive for the same reason that trap is offensive.
Hmm.
Like trap saying, "Oh, you're tricking someone," and it's like, "No, this is just what I am." Like, they're used a lot with trans people, and that's why I don't like it.
Hmm.
Specifically against
I get
trans
that.
men to go, "Oh, you're," or like trap is used more with trans women, like, "Oh, you're just faking being a girl."
Hmm.
And femboy is used more with trans men, where it's like you're not of a man enough for me to think of you as anything like other than that.
Hmm.
Like people are like, it,
なるほど。
it's basically like invalidating what you've become,
Hmm.
and that's why people don't like it. But if someone identifies as it themselves, like if someone's like, "Oh, I'm a femboy," and you're like, "All right," because if that's what they say, then they're okay with it.
Hmm.
It's calling someone else that when it becomes insulting.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all.
I get that.
That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
Because I knew you got.
I-
really confused, and I just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure
I didn't want to sound aggressive. Sorry. That's not what I meant to do. But
Okay.
for me being, I don't know necessarily it's because of me being me, but I find it kind of really irritating to not know what to call stuff anymore these days.
The reason
It's
I use the
it's
word
really
twink is
confusing.
Because a lot of times, like, that's just what it is. It's a feminine guy, but there's no doubt that it is a guy.
Hmm.
That's why I use twink. Like, you can use any
female
word as an
doesn't work
insult,
twink.
technically. Huh?
Yeah.
It's not quite the same thing to me when I hear the word twink. You know, that's not the same image that
Never
evokes
heard about that.
as, like fanboy.
That's what they mean.
But well, a twink is not necessarily feminine. It can be just a slender, smaller boy. Can be a twink, but it can be a twink can be boyish, right?
That's the point.
But I think
It's the
Ida
point
was
that it's no
referring
doubt
to,
it's a guy. That's what I'm saying.
to guys who dress in more feminine clothes.
Hmm.
That's like the main difference.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
I get it. But when it like
It's
becomes
a
the
it's a
idea,
slippery
it's like a
topic
whole
in my
different type of
opinion.
language, and I don't think we should apply that to real life. Or
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't like policing words.
Yeah,
When
I
you're-
get that.
When you're part of the community that it's targeted against,
Hmm. I get
why I'm
I
not-
get that as well.
it's just those two words in particular. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't mean any offense, of course, because I'm, you know, not necessarily certain what I want to be, but so yeah. It's kind of tricky for me.
Maybe you're just trying to figure out.
It's also like I really don't know what to call stuff anymore these days. Like so many terms that were okay years ago are not okay now, and
So we need to learn more.
yeah, like I get it because there are certain people that just freaking slandered those words.
Definitely.
And
It's not as if it's like a new,
I know.
People getting offended over everything sort of thing. Like, there's a lot of words back then that people used to use normally that we know are terrible now.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I'm not really. That's why I'm understanding that's
That's the reason.
I might be wrong and such.
It's the reason why I was going every single time I had to say Nipponese.
Yeah.
I was like,
Some words just elicit the different responses depending on like where you grew up, culture also.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to change the topic at least. To
Yeah, true. Let's do that.
I don't want to leave it off on that, you know.
Indeed.
Hope I am not too noisy because I'm brushing my hair.
We haven't heard anything.
Okay. I was scared. Sometimes I muted myself because I was maybe the brushing is too noisy, and I didn't want it to be aired.
Taking care of all the sounds in the background.
Oh, thank you, Discord. Thank you. Yeah, my hair is very tangled today, so I just wanted to brush it.
Crazy girl.
I know brushing earlier, not dry is crazy, but I just needed to do it.
Yeah, I always brush my hair when it's before washing it.
Yeah, me too. Usually, but I mean, I will wash it after, maybe tomorrow morning. But it's pretty late.
It is really late. I actually need to sleep.
Yeah.
I mean,
Has anyone been seeing the Squid Game memes recently?
Yes.
I
The game is about.
I love it.
Yeah.
I haven't really.
Like Alice in Borderland.
I haven't even watched the series yet, so I mean.
It's a death game sort of series.
Yeah, I know. I know.
No, I'm telling those of us that don't.
Oh, okay.
And some of the memes though are really funny. Like someone had like two octopuses on like a train seat. They're just coming home from their Squid Game. It's funny.
Oh, I see that.
People are mixing it up with. Some people are mixing it with Splatoon, and that's the funniest
I saw
thing
this
to me.
Splatoon.
When I first heard of Squid Game, the title there was like, what is this? Some kind of Splatoon thing?
Yeah, me too. I heard about that.
Squid Game is actually like
I've seen.
Think of like a sumo circle sort of a thing.
Yeah, I've seen a preview for it on Netflix, kind of when it happened.
It's named after one of the games they play in it. But like I didn't know what it was until I saw the scene. So it was like I was like, oh, okay, now I understand why they say it looks like a squid. Because part of the game area has like a triangular area, like the hood of a squid.
Yeah.
That's why they call it that.
But still, I see that and I think it's a house.
I mean, yeah. Another game that I really liked from there is the one that's caramel or butterscotch or something like that in the tins, and you have to like carve it out. Realistically, the vendors that sell that stuff in real life, they make it in a particularly very brittle way, so it's very easy to mess it up.
Oh.
So it's a challenge sort of a thing.
Yeah, it was
Like to see if you can be careful enough to do it.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I thought
crazy over this TV series, I swear. She had an argue today, like this morning, with other people because they say no, it's too violent, and she was like, "You have to understand the message behind the violence. That's the reason for that." She was like,
I like your grandma. She's great.
Oh my
She's the only
god.
grandma that I know
There's
that.
a reason behind
I want to
that.
become like your grandma in the future.
Yeah, like grandma watched Korean dramas and Japanese dramas, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Watching
"Yeah, I
the
told her
scene
you
from
will like
Kingsman.
Stream Border Nanny if you like that." Yeah, okay, I will see that. And then today she was seeing that, she was watching that, but